right? I'm a minute late. I was sitting here. I was just sitting here. Uh, let's just check. Let's check. We got one. We got two. We got all three. So I'm gonna ask a question, even though I already know what it be. Are we live? Let's see. Are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on another episode of me streaming on New Year's. I'm not sure how many times I've done this. No, I didn't last year. I streamed after when I was still a little tipsy, but I didn't stream on New Year's. I almost didn't stream this year. I really wanted to hang out with my brother, but luckily for you guys, I'm fat, and as a result, I go to the gym. And I guess you don't have to be fat to go to the gym, but a lot of people do, right? I go to the gym. I'm trying to build a muscle because you build muscle, you speed up your metabolism, burn more weight. And I'm doing cable rolls, and something I did Saturday, even though I've done more weight than that, just tweaked my back, and it's not been most of my vacation. It was Saturday or Friday. Most of my fucking vacation sucked because I just had back pain. I did get one stream in, and since I'm not going anywhere, and there's no way I'm going back to sleep with all the fucking fireworks, here I am, man. Happy New Year, Cotton. I think you got another hour before No, wait, I got 2 hours. You're an hour and plus. So almost 3 hours for you for New Year's, right? Because you're in is it Zona? I think it's Zona, if I remember correctly. And I'm in Texas. Or would you be 2 hours? You probably got a ton of time. I don't know. Wait a second. I'm like, what time is it in Arizona right now? Let me see. And hey, small time. Happy New Year. Let me see. I'm curious. Oh goodness. It says 9, so it's 3 hours before it's actually New Year's. Small time Central, so you're the same clock as me. So okay. So I got 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes for New Year's. You got 2 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, small time on the same clock, so we'll have New Year's at the same time, and it'll be, we're 40 minutes from New Year's on the East Coast. I spent most of my life on the East Coast, or, Michigan and North Carolina, so I'm used to, but I've gotten used to the Central time zone, and kind of I think it's like, why doesn't everyone use Central? Now it's fortuitous. When you were younger, it was like, I had to check. 9. But that still doesn't, why doesn't that not feel right? California's, hey, so Arizona's in a different time zone as California? Is that always the case? Or is that a daylight saving time thing? I know some states like Indiana doesn't do daylight saving time. I'm not sure if Arizona is one of those states that does or doesn't, or if they're always on a different time scale as California. And that's why I was freaking out, because California, I deal with where you don't do daylight saving time. Okay, that makes sense now. Indiana doesn't, if I remember correctly. I remember, at least back in the day, they didn't. I'm not sure if they changed it. So that made it weird there as well. And it was weird because they were, I think, an hour behind, and it sometimes were on the same scale. It was weird. Threw me off. But Happy New Year. Happy early New Year. Happy 2026. Hopefully 2026 is better than 2025. 2025 was a pretty big year for this channel. We got over 1,000, however we got there. We released music. That was cool. We may have fortified us from a talking standpoint, kind of drifting away from the politics into more just general stuff. Trying to be a little bit more positive and aspirational, if nothing else, for the sake of how dark and fucked up everything is. And I mean, things are if you use one perspective, things are fucked up. But then there's individuals and groups and humans that are having a good time, and I'm aspiring to be one of them, and hopefully everyone else can too. I know a lot of people have had struggles this year, and that's understandable too, because it's been some struggles for a lot of people. But hopefully next year could be better. Well, not to do the whole New Year. Was it new me, new you? So yeah, it's all theater and bullshit. I think it's I got caught up in 2020 and 2021, and there was remnants of me caught up in it until this year. I'm gonna be honest. The Charlie Kirk thing. No, don't be regretful, Real Wade. Listen, I'm cool if sometimes you need to trauma dump. There was that one guy came in trauma dumped. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know what happened to that guy. He was a kid from Chicago, really had a struggle life, just went crazy one episode of telling us about his life, and we never saw him again. Yeah, it's easy to fall for. It's easy to fall for. They really get you with the moralisticness. But then once you're able to see the stuff for the opposite side, like once I was able to see, oh, this is how they brainwash the left. Oh, this is how they brainwash the right. Like I said, the Charlie Kirk, where you have people on the right talking about everyone's reaction except Donald Trump's and his wife, is like, hey, some asshole on the internet, you're worried about their reaction. What about his wife coming out like Batista after he won a championship? Nothing? All right, man. We shouldn't even be having this conversation anymore, big dog. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing. You're cool with this? Okay. Nothing to talk about, man. Nothing to talk about. You're cool with this Epstein stuff? The Epstein files not being released or after he ran on it? I'm good, bro. You don't see that this Madami thing, he's Streisand effect to the left. You don't understand how they Streisand effect the right too. They do that on both sides. And once you start to see that, it's like, okay, man, I don't want to lose friends and lose family and lose stuff over these losers. Like, the fuck? Not doing it. Dudes from the prison, they are trying to enrage people. Small time. And these algorithms, too. I listen, I like seeing people get knocked out. I'm not going to lie, whether it's in an organized setting or not. So I got a little bit of bloodthirstiness in my algorithm. But that motherfucker will just show me live leaks. And it's like, I didn't need to see this kid's head get ran over, man. I was good not seeing that. These algorithms on these social media platforms, especially Twitter, is designed to inflame you. And that was, I got off of Twitter before it became X, and even more of that. But I realized it, and you know what? I started to get caught up. That's why I got off of Twitter. Because you get into wanting to argue with people. It's like, whoa, that's not good. I don't want to do that. And Wade has a palate cleanser. Okay. I'll accept your peace offering. Let's see what we have here. Well, it definitely cleansed the palate. It has advertised. Now you the woke asshole. Welcome to the party, pal. All I want is the government. Right? Good luck on trying to get that. A government not ran by kitty dealers and warmongers. That seems to be all the rage now. And so we got to get, and there's a lot of people caught up still in the political thing. That's their business, man. For me, I got to get past it, and I got to do self-improvement for me. Hopefully, we are closing on the house this year, releasing more albums, losing weight. That's the hope. And maintaining the things that we have, like a job, like this channel, things like that. That's the goal for me this year. Keep it going. Get through another year is always a blessing. That's part of the blessing of New Year, man. Regardless of the culture, you forget, 150, 250, 300 years ago, 50 to 70 years ago to some instances. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe 50 is a sweet spot, but there was a lot of human history where just getting another year of life was in and of itself an accomplishment. It's cool that society has kind of evolved past that point, well, even though it looks like it might fall into that point again. But getting through 2025, you made it through 2025, you should pat yourself on the back. Motherfucking, what was the Brooklyn Brawler, Barry Horowitz style. Twitter is evil, and the first thing your feed will be interesting, then your scrolls get dumber. That's a lot of things, but your Twitter, man, I had to get off of it because I was getting caught up in the rage bait. If you want to do politics, would have yelled more sooner on streams? Yeah, just don't see that part of you. I will say, New Year's Eve is showing more singles. That's why I didn't feel bad. I didn't not feel bad. I didn't want you to feel. I didn't want you to feel bad about what you said. A lot of people feel that way, man. A lot of people aren't men and women. They and them are not doing the best with the dating. Even people who aren't necessarily bad people. It doesn't make you a bad person because you struggle with dating. It happens. Never follow more than 100 accounts on X. That's not a bad social media suggestion because you don't know more than. I mean, unless you have a reason not to, and maybe I should keep that same energy. Not following more than 100 accounts keeps your feed pure. We know you want to keep everything pure. Pure as driven snow. But no, seriously, that's not a bad idea. I mean, we just have more singles. I don't want to get to like Japan though, as a country, as far as the birth thing, because like Japan has like 120 million people, but only like 600,000 people are born. Like barely a million people were born each year. Solid death metal racism, just the way you like it. Well, hey, as long as you cultivate it, as long as you got what you want. Unfortunately, going back to the birth rate there, I think America's headed to that, which sucks. I don't know how to reverse it either. The reverse would be people getting off social media. If we have a dumb phone revolution, we could redo births. We can have a birth rate revolution. But we'll see. We'll see. Good old fashioned rate, but the good kind, the old fashioned kind of racism, like it should be. Whatever that means. Old fashioned racism. That's crazy. Is race still a thing? Big deal? I don't know. I've been trying to keep out of those type of conversations because they're very circular, right? And I'm not like, I am neither the guy who's like a fucking like Hotep, Black Hebrew Israelite, nor am I the guy who's like Uncle Ruckus, right? And just trying to get like white people approval. I don't really want anybody's approval outside of just like the Most High God. Just like I try to do the best. I want you to enjoy this stream. I want you to have fun and be entertained, right? But like I don't got time for a lot of racial back and forth, man. Life is too short. If it's, sometimes I see racist shit and it's funny. Sometimes I see shit and it's like, I could have went without that. I'm good on that, big dog. I'm good on this. Now you're trolling. Fair enough. People still post when they get no likes of the real hero over my age. There you go. Hey, Janet Banana. Hey, you listen to a certain EP? Thank you if you listen to mine. I put, we'll have another one coming of a different genre, but we will get back to synthwave before the year's out. Hey, El Gordo. Appreciate you. I saw that Noah in Africa thing. That started a conversation. It was the last stream or the stream before about how culpable are people for getting scammed. How much do you blame the scammer? How much do you blame the person getting scammed? So I guess it would have to be that, wouldn't it? And it's weird because despite how political it was, I would maintain most people just know him as the guy who died. Like most people did. He wasn't like even as big as Ben Shapiro until the incident happened with him. And he's one of the people I feel sorry for because he's just a guy who talks on the internet. He ended up getting killed and then used as a martyr. And then his wife keeps doing things, even with people he didn't like, even if it's to their detriment. This whole Nicki Minaj thing, I've seen a decent amount of news on. Despite, I'm trying to keep politics out of my life, but I still heard about her doing something with Turning Point, and everybody's mad at her. And he used to talk about how he didn't like Nicki Minaj's music and didn't like what she stood for. And yeah, it's just like this whole thing, the whole Charlie Kirk saga. That was my, okay, I'm done. I don't even want to touch this with a 10-foot pole no more. The hood Ben Gibbard. You going? So two people listen to my EP. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Nigga, but not. Yeah, apparently she has like a house that she needs to pay off or something. Going to my EP, that's not the preference. Yeah, I saw Ebo Noah. Like I said, that encouraged the conversation about how we were talking the other day. Actually, it was the day you came in saying something about your relationship. But earlier in the stream, we were talking about how responsible are you for getting scammed? And that was one of the examples, the Ebo Noah guy, amongst others. Yeah, there's a multicultural chat. There you go. No racism. We are the world. We are the children. We actually are the fucking children, dude. We were the children that were supposed to, supposed to be like the kids that fix everything. We fucked up, man. We let down the dare dog. We fucked up. I ain't gonna blame all on us, but I can't blame none. I appreciate it's always cool with Jana, Jamma, and Nasser here. Wasn't alive. That makes me feel old. Actually, I don't think I was alive. We Are the World. I think they came out before I was born. I think I came out before I was born too. But when you were born, like I was born in '87. When you're born in the late '80s, early '90s, you still get the reverb of the '80s because they just put shit on TV, right? Taking a bong rip, man. I am running low. Trying to salvage. Yeah, I grew up watching Captain Planet. But you know what? Here's the gimmick with the planet, right? They always put it on the people when it's like these companies do more of this pollution shit. How much do you trust Indian people? It's just depending on how much you get scammed. Knock on wood, because I don't want to put it on there. But yeah, the whole planet thing. Well, shout out to Captain Planet. It was a cool cartoon and whatnot. But the whole Planeteer love the planet and now, climate change, carbon units. And I'm not like somebody who doesn't believe that we can impact the Earth's climate. Like, I'm not that far. But there's also the stuff that they say, the fact that they'll like a lot of these celebrities say, oh, climate change is bad, and they'll just use their fucking private prison. Oh, not private prison. It's a different concept. Private jet flying all across this country, all across the planet. Just spam the private jet, spam all the corporal slop that they build. Now we got these data centers. Who cares what they do to the environment? But then they want to come to me. Like, you need to recycle. Like, what the fuck? I don't think I'm the reason this shit's getting fucked up, big dog. And when there's other shit that could help stuff, like nuclear and all this other stuff, or even fucking hydrogen, because we saw some on that, they kill it. But holy shit, Jamma Llama, $20. Happy New Year. Appreciate. Oh man, I got diarrhea. Well, don't shit on me, Nas. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here, Nas. Thank you for being here, Jamma. I don't even know what to say. I'm grateful. If there's anything you want that I could do, like a clip or something. I'm so not used to getting super chats. I need to have something. People play something and play clips and play stuff. I need to set up text to chat so you can have a different voice say something. But if there's anything you want said, done, pretty much the rest of the stream, man, let me know. New Year's talking about Bush. What was we talking about? We was talking about somebody mentioned Captain Planet. I mentioned We Are the World. We are the children. I'm like, man, we was the children. We fucked up. That's how we got here. And so I just started talking about the planet. I'm happy Jamma Llama gave me $20. I'm actually more happy about that. That's more positive and more relevant. But I appreciate you being here, Richard. I thought you was going to be busy living a young life, making your way downtown, walking fast. Living a life that we're too old to live. No, I don't think everybody's too old. I know there's a few people your age. But thank y'all all for being here. Rather you're on your way to doing something. Happy New Year for you, Richard. I think you've already passed New Year. It's about to be New Year on the East Coast, and then we got an hour for his New Year's here. Yeah, I know a lot of people can't stay. Maybe check back later. Hey, you've already bought this stream, so thank you. Waiting for your Uber. Hope everything goes smooth. Enjoy. Oh, that's sick. 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea. There's one person enjoy it. Maybe. Crows. But yeah. You'll be in the new year. You'll be in 2026 before the rest of us. Enjoy, live, be young and merry. I'm sure there's some gringos in the DR or whatever the fuck you call us. Tricking on bridge trolls and shit. Whatever the fuck the gringos do. Don't pay them no mind. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Getting killed right now, that gringo. Yeah, probably. He's probably already gotten stumped out. Because you know it happened. Somebody came to the DR looking to buy a bridge troll for the night and enjoy their 2026, and they probably already got jumped, robbed, stumped out, all of the above. Oh shit, you did send something. You are sending stuff. Wait. And because the conversation is not going nowhere, I can't accuse you of not being in contact because we ain't even talking about shit. What do we got going on here? Oh, this is the Noah. Then they arrested him in Ghana. Ebo Noah. And there's my email. Which y'all can email. Shit, VigilanteWilliamson@gmail.com. I don't have. He's pleading with God with the police. Y'all should have. Anybody. This is actually the scariest thing about this. Is we're getting to a point where even, this is Africa where, the Ethiopian Bible has more books than the regular Bible. We're getting to the point where basic elements of the Bible are no longer common knowledge. Now, obviously, these people, no disrespect, you gotta be fucking retarded to give somebody money like that. But people do it, right? People have done that. The religious cult is a lick to hit, right? But it says specifically in the Bible that the Most High won't flood the world. That's like a huge thing. That's the whole point of rainbows. It's not LGBTQ+. It's a reminder. The natural rainbow is a reminder that God will never flood the earth again. And it just shows that even basic elements to people who are considered quote-unquote religious, because that you would have to be like a religious person to fall for this, right? But you don't know that you don't even know. A guy just uses Noah, but you don't know the full story of Noah. It's just like, what the fuck? But I mean, I don't fucking know. So white people get jumped off somehow, boy. Yeah, the gringo's probably getting fucked up. Okay, what do we got here? You are into model trains? Wait. Is because model trains, man? I never got into. I got into action figures. I got into my own things. Shout out to the model train community. They kept the hobby community alive a long time. I remember back in the day when I used to get Gunpla before I even knew what the name of Gunpla was. The fucking model trains, having model car, model towns. My uncle had a model train, so I kind of, I never had the space for it, but I've always thought it was cool. Yeah, people are stupid, but that's that extra element of fear for me. Like this, that used to be such common knowledge, and now it's not. Granted, the stupidity is stupid, and they get caught up in personality. The cult of personality. That's what that song's actually about. It's about how people, that's why he's mentioning Mussolini and all these different leaders, good or bad, Kennedy, how people get caught up in cults of personality. People get caught up in these very charismatic and noteworthy people, and then they just stop, they turn off their brain. And then they allow these people to think for them and talk for them and be what they just do whatever they're told by that cult leader. And we see that's still a thing, rather it's the streamers, rather it's the the Ebo Noah folks, whether it's the the 6'7" Brave Rock kids, whether it's the weird Colts they got online, whatever it is. Because I forgot the number. It's like a 5'7" something Colt. I forgot the numbers, and I don't want to look it up. But they're all demonic. There's a lot of people who are just, they want. Loki was writing the Avengers. They want something to look forward to, or look to worship, or to believe in, or to listen to. They want to be told what to do. They want to be told how to think. Sucks, but it is. Sucks, but it is. Yeah, I would say what you say. Crime statistics don't lie. For some reason, I just got a bunch of messages at once. Just saying, yeah, needed an SH stats. I agree with that. Like I said, I'm getting okay. Crime statistics. What about rape statistics, bro? I didn't say. I wish I had the clip of Tim Tebow saying it. Whatever it was, most child rapists are white men 40 up, or whatever the statistic is. I didn't say it. Tim Tebow said it. You can look it up. Let's not like Phantom. Oh yeah, he is Dominican, isn't he? See, he messed y'all up, become mainstream. Hey, Scrambles, congrats again on the engagement. Hope everything goes cool with that. And, Wattpad coach, yeah, there's a lot of goonery on it. A lot of fan fiction goonery. That's weird, man. The fan fiction goonery has to stop. Hopefully goonery is something we can leave in 2026 or 2025. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be left in 2025. Podcast, don't do it, man. I did a podcast, and I honestly, our podcast, shout out to the Culture Crime Fire, I would take our podcast over anyone I've seen, even way more popular ones. But we're good on podcasts. We don't need any more. We don't need more goonery in 2026. There's a lot of things we don't need in 2026. We don't need more politics. I mentioned that. What's some other things that y'all think can stay in 2025 that we can just leave here, that we can move forward without? I mean, shit, maybe at a greater level at some point, social media. Still disgusted by a threesome. What threesome having 200K? Kai Cenat can stay in 2025. Maybe the era of the streamer. I say this streaming, obviously. Maybe that's over in 2025. I was, thinking about either the fanfic and RR. Oh, that's Richard. Because there's another guy who used to come around here named RR. I thought maybe he had showed up. I'm trying to think. What are some things that 2025? 6'7", obviously. That goes without saying. That's got to stay. He said the Diddy voices. Speaking of something I meant to talk about last time, y'all saw this Anthony Joshua thing? That's pretty crazy that, a couple weeks. I don't know how long it takes for a $92 million payment to clear, but it's very suspicious. And that car looked completely totaled. I don't know. He was in Nigeria. I don't know the quality of those roads, but it's crazy to just be but he's visited Nigeria before he's from Nigeria. Or I guess he's from England. I'm not sure if he's from England or from Nigeria, but his people are Nigerian. And he's been to Nigeria many a time. And for him to get in this car accident, and a couple of his, I think one of his coaches and friends died. And it's just a couple of weeks after that Jake Paul fight. And now everyone has this theory that he didn't stick to the script and this is revenge, and or they just didn't want to pay him. I don't know about either of those things. I just think it's crazy. Crazy timing. Kind of enjoy 2025. Nothing wrong with that, El Gordo. It's raining for New Year's. That's dope. Car crashes do happen. That car got totaled. But, I mean, just the timing is interesting. Timing is interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I talked about it. I mentioned Ebo Noah. I clicked. I don't know if you were going in and out, but, yeah, I clicked on it, talked about it. Then talked about how it's messed up that people in the Bible, people who consider themselves religious don't even know the Bible, even basic stuff like the actual story of Noah, and that God said that he wasn't going to flood the world again. So Eve, you must have missed it. Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, I definitely talked about it. Depends on how. I don't know how new the car he was using. Oof. I have it. I'm not gonna say the brand because I could. I have it on high authority that uh, this is common knowledge. A lot of modern cars use computers, and I'll leave it at that. A lot of modern cars use computers and use computing technology, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that and move on. And modern cars are not that durable is also not untrue. So it's if you got something that's programmable on janky roads, I mean, it ain't that hard to figure something out. It ain't that hard. We already know that because they got everything behind paywalls anyway. They're trying to have your heated up seats behind paywalls. You don't know what else is on that computer. Could the brake lines be cut digitally? Question mark. And maybe not. Maybe somebody just fucked up driving. I'm not. I don't. I haven't even read enough. I'll be honest. I haven't read enough into the story. I'm just telling y'all what I know. I haven't read enough to know if there's other reasons, other stuff. I'm just telling y'all that that's what the streets is saying. This is not even some crazy conspiracy. Or I mean, it may be a crazy conspiracy theory, but a lot of people have it. It's becoming a very common conspiracy theory. So y'all do it. Y'all don't gotta believe it. I don't. I'm not gonna get paid if you believe. I'm not gonna lose money if you don't. I'm just telling you, it's suspicious timing. It isn't. Anything's possible. Anything's possible with this new technology. That's why they want us all on new technology. That's why they want us on CDBCs. When you can program shit, anything possible, man. That's why some people still scared of Bitcoin despite the money it makes, because it's like, still, you telling me this is a digital asset? If it's digital, it can be programmed. And if one guy can hold you down, two can rape you, man. You gotta be safe in these streets. It may not be the Nigerian government, it may just be a hitman. Maybe it could be anything from motherfuckers was just not driving right in that moment and fucked up, to the Illuminati, to they don't want to pay them, to anything in between. But going back, El Gordo enjoyed 2025. What did you enjoy about 2025? There's some Slade Wilson type motherfuckers out here in these streets. Greg Biffle, he did die in a plane crash. Rest in peace to Greg Biffle. A lot of cool motherfuckers died in 2025. Rest in peace to everybody who died in 2025, man. Hey, maybe there is a Slade Wilson type of assassin. I mean, assassins exist. Hey, you wrote a lot, man. You became a top tier writer. You probably one of the top writers on Wattpad that's not doing porn. You gotta be. So that's impressive, man. Yeah, Greg Biffle did die. Rest in peace. Somebody else died, I feel like, recently. A bunch of people been dying. I saw Shane's son die. Rest in peace. Um, Shout out to all the I don't know if y'all been listening and could hear the fireworks in the background. I'm not sure how good or bad the mic that picks up. I did not get a chance to read it yet. The last few issues, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't got a chance to read. So I was gonna eventually check it out. I'll check it out in 2026. By the way, 10 minutes is 10 minutes into before it's a New Year's on the East Coast. Shout out to the East Coast, the Beast Coast, the Least Coast, the West Coast. I don't know. Hope everyone Happy Happy New Year. That's all I really want, man. I'm starting to smoke more. My back is still it's not killing me, but it just feels so uncomfortable. I have the most uncomfortable feeling. It feels like my back has a couple of parts that you feel like they want to crack, but they won't, and it just feels uncomfortable. Not as much pain as it was, but I guess it's getting better. I'm just gonna have to do a shit ton of reps. I'm just gonna have to do lightweight and a shit ton of reps. Pause. Yeah, tons of pausing. That's just what I'm gonna have to do working out. I was already hesitant to move too much weight. Leave pausing injuries in 2025. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Do we leave pause in 2025? Some shit is wild, man. Embrace apathy for the new year. A healthy amount of apathy don't hurt. A healthy amount of apathy don't hurt. It depends what you show apathy for. Honestly, I think society could use a little, not a ton, because I don't want to be too. I don't want to get into nihilism, and that's a slippery slope, right? But we could use some more apathy to the bullshit. Society as a whole, and me as a creator, everybody, a little more apathy to the bullshit. Pause is staying forever, fair enough. Cause some wild shit to be said. You can't just be like, how did you like your load being managed, and just be going out and about in public without nobody saying nothing. Shit. Or whatever what did they say to Mello? How do you like when they manage your load? Like, that's crazy. You studying objectivism. Look at you. Educating yourself. Actually educating yourself, man. How you like your what? So how did he like his load managed? That's what he was asked. You need to notice things less. Well, noticing is a part of what might call evolutionary psychology. We had to be notice these details when they were like vital for survival. Now you can debate how many trillions to thousands of years. You can debate dating techniques and see how long of a period it's over, whether it's over hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of years, whatever. But we still have that. Okay, we have to notice this just to make sure it's not poison ivy or some what you call it. You need to stop seeing the bigger picture, says Cotton. A lot of people thought if more people saw the bigger picture, we would change something. I don't know what the fuck they thought that for. William Cooper was wrong. He was wrong. Everybody now knows. Everybody now thinks. People jump to conspiracy theory before they jump to the regular telling of a story. As I just said with the Anthony Joshua thing just a few seconds ago. It wasn't because lack of knowledge of how evil people were. That's not holding society back. They're too fucking powerful, big dog. I don't want to. Isaac Cappy happened, man. He said, "I am not suicidal," and a couple days later, they threw him off of a fucking underpass. Threw him over an underpass on a freeway in L.A. and said he jumped. So it's like, the one fucking crypto billionaire is like, hey, they have honey pots all over the Caribbean, all over these different tropical islands. I'm not suicidal, blase splee, he dies. A bunch of other crypto billionaires die. It's just like, man, they'll just kill you, big dog. Like, if you get too much of a ruckus, even if you're the president of the United States, they'll kill you. They'll blow your head off and tell everybody one guy did it. And then kill that one guy. And not ask any questions and just go about their lives. And then have a motherfucker who happens to be there the same day working at the CIA, they'll make him and his son president. That all happened. Nothing I just said is afactual or ahistorical in any way, shape, form, or fashion. What I said happened. That's what we're dealing with. Knowledge ain't the issue, big dog. You know, whoever wins the fight, they end up right. We don't have guns, and now they got drones with guns. Now, I don't know how advanced they are, and honestly, the robotics and AI technology don't look that advanced right now. But they done told us in movies what they want to fucking do with us. I keep bringing up the Winter Soldier. The whole point of Winter Soldier, Hydra has a list of people they don't like, and they're going to send drones, personal drone strikes, and get all of them. How far are we away from that in real life? I don't fucking know. Hopefully February. Hopefully it's just a scare tactic it's put in a movie. But something like that can happen. Drone assassins just walk in. They can say anything. And they control all the cameras. Now we got AI technology and deepfake technology has gotten more advanced. So what the fuck are we going to say to these motherfuckers? What are we going to... We're going to protest this shit? Come on, big dog. Hey, Brandon Holloman. I feel you on wanting to be Cypher. Hey, Ratchuko. Happy New Year to you. I got to mod you. I feel weird that you're not modded. You have an objectivism mindset. Fair enough. Want the blue pill. You want to be Cypher. I get that. Because, that is, you know, and you're a mod now. Standard. Because, like, how are you not a mod? But it's like, all this information, at a certain point, it becomes impractical to have all this information about the government, about stuff. I mean, shit. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon exists. So how can the FDA mean anything? And you better not buy none. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon exists, and the FDA exists. We have a whole federal administration on food and drugs. The Food and Drug Administration that is supposed to be doing things for the safety and efficacy of human beings in this country, and they allowed shit like that on the market. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon's a thing. That's a real thing that you can buy in your grocery store. Come on, big dog. There's no FDA. Not for real. They don't do it. That's just one part of the government. What do you think the other parts of the government is doing? You think that they're doing their job? Why? What about antitrust? You think the government's doing anything about antitrust? While Netflix is buying Warner Brothers, there's like 5 entertainment companies that own everything. If that. I might be going too high because I don't know how much BlackRock and Vanguard owns. So at a certain point, once you realize the government's at work, all this shit's at work, you can get mad at it. But at a certain point, you just gotta live. These are the walls of life. But how much control do I still have, right? I can say, all right, I'm not going to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon, right? I'm not going to watch Tubi movies. I'm not going to scream 6-7, and brain rot and wish people Merry Christmas. I'm going to try to do better and try to improve. That's all you can do. All you can do is be the best individual you can. Maybe if you're really brolic, you can live off the grid. There's solutions. If you can make enough money, whether it's a van or a camper solution, and you can get all the materials you need to live somewhat comfortable off grid, cool. Even though, watch out for that because they're trying to make homelessness illegal, and they have in a lot of places, and they do harass people in vans. Sometimes people will be nice, sometimes not. The whole van life was a combination of scam life. A bunch of people who wanted to make money off of being an influencer, and people who were actually struggling to the point where they had to fucking live in their vans. And so you got that thing. But that could be a risk too. So I mean, hey, you got to pick your poison, man. Life is short. You can't control it. There's a lot of things beyond your control as a person. Hey, focus on what's within your control. You can control a lot about your own life and improve that and make that better. So it's not all doom and gloom. The positive is you can control everything about your own life. And I guess there's some utility in knowing, hey, you can't trust the government, so you don't even rely on it. You do the best you can. Um, Look for the bacon without cinnamon toast crunch, right? You know what I mean? And they could be lying on the labels because they do. It's not a fair fight. But Happy New Year, New York, because I've been ranting. I've been ranting since 2025, and do the best you can. And on the East Coast, Happy New Year. Do the best you can. You'll be surprised how good that is. That's what we're doing in 2026. Do the best you can. You'll be surprised how good that is. That's the motto. I just did it. That's how we ride in 2026. We're doing the best we can. Whatever that is, it is. Whatever that is, it is. We're human beings. We're doing the best we can. Enjoying life to the best of our abilities, and improving our life to the best of our abilities. Because we can't do nothing else. So that's what we're doing. The CIA investigating the COA. Nah, if I'm that paranoid, I'll never get anything done. Homeless in the streets. If you gonna fuck with me, I want the smoke. You're not stopping me from my drink. Yeah, I mean, focus on being vengeful people in your own life. Man, with the Jim Cornette. Destroying other people's lives will give you purpose and bolster your self-esteem. Well, that's kind of dark triad shit, but I mean, it's not untrue. Yeah, or fuck all shit. I said, just be diabolical. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes in 2026. Let's add that to it. Whatever it fucking takes. That's it. You know what? On that bombshell, I'm going to fucking do AI sex bots. No, I can't do it. I'll be into it. I want to because I just want this money. I just want to get this money. But I feel like it'll come back to me in some fucked up way if I do. And I feel like I would, it would degrade my morality. Because people going to ask for, you're going to get requests. And people are doing some real fucked up things in the AI prime space. And I mean, I'll give you two guesses, but you're only going to need one on what that might be. Or some of what that can be. I'll give you three guesses, you're only going to need two. So it's a lot of weird shit in that space. Why would I want to go in there? Money isn't everything. Money's important. I'm not trying, some people get, you can't pay your rent with love. Well, yeah, no, but you can't, people have given up the ass for money and then killed themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, money can't be everything, right? Everything in its right place. No, everything in its proper place, for real. Everything in its right place. Money's important. It's not worth your asshole. Pause. It's not worth your dignity. It's worth your work. You know what I mean? It's worth you being able to work. And hey, I get it. Everybody can't work right now because of the fucking economy. You know what, man? I was talking to my mom. Shout out to Mom Jelani. She was saying that maybe I'm a little too scared of the economy as far as my own job. I don't know. Right now, the goal is to get a house, and we'll see after that. And it looks like I got a chance, so that's cool. That'll be a big thing in 20. I got a lot of stuff to look forward for in 2026. VigilanteWilliamson is not suicidal, not at all. A lot of stuff to look forward to. His back hurts. He's old. He's old and weak. Now she didn't say I was paranoid. Well, I guess she did. Her and my grandma say I'm taking. I even tell him everything that was going on. I just told him a little bit, and he said, "Man, you dealing with too much bullshit." Just telling him my schedule for this week, it was like, "Man, you dealing with too much bullshit." Because I work today, tomorrow, and then they switched up the timing of my schedule. They do all this other shit. They're just like, man, you just dealing with too much. And they right, honestly. But I'm nervous to even test the waters because I just like, man, what's the point? I keep seeing you know what, I definitely, this is a subject I let content brainwash me in because I didn't even put my resume out there this year. I haven't put my resume out there. I did a little bit, but like I did not nearly. You know, I didn't send to no 1,000 jobs, but I definitely let a lot of people brainwash me. Oh, and the job market is this bad, and you can't get a job, and I'm sending 1,000,000 offers over 3 months, and I can't. So that honestly, I would say this is something I definitely failed for, and I did not pursue a job that hard this year. I may have to next year. I may just have to. I wouldn't be paranoid if everyone was out to get me. That's fair enough too. Shout out to Roddy Piper, rest in peace, and They Live. Definitely a documentary. If you ever see that movie, where he has the glass, obviously he has the Ray-Bans, and it's funny because now I look at that brand, right? I think they were Ray-Bans, and as he looks through them, he can see what things really mean. He can see the alien monsters that are taking the lizard people, so to speak. And he sees money. This is your new god, and all that good stuff, and sees through things. Definitely a precursor on how things are. So I got nobody about these clickbait and grift. Man, they keep saying it, and I just took their word for it. I didn't test the theory. And then you got to remember, different people in different situations. If you're talking about somebody fresh out of college, I'm somebody with years of industry experience and industry certifications. We're not the same, no disrespect. So I can maybe get a call back before you can, just off the strength of the resume. So that's true. This is all true, man. And that's why that's why that shit staying in 2025. We got less than an hour left in 2026, 2025 for me here in Texas and here in the Central. And you're right, the grift of things are getting worse. Whether they are or they not, it doesn't matter. That's like you can't operate behind that. When you talk about, like you said, you'll be paranoid homeless, right? Even Khan himself, we started to say, man, I wish I knew less, because this knowledge ain't giving me shit. I wish I knew less about how the society worked, just to be able to focus more on what the fuck you want to focus on. And there's some truth to that. And I know a lot of people in the truther space would hate to hear this shit. And a lot of people in the conspiracy space would hate to hear this shit. But you eventually get to a point. I've been studying a lot of this shit for now over a decade. You get to a point where the information, there is a use. The use is, I know not to trust certain systems, right? Part of why I'm nervous about buying a house, why I don't trust the government. Taxes can go up. So that I recognize there are scams in the world that the government and that the powers that be do. So I got to be conscious of that. What area do I not think they'll raise taxes on? It has to be something I keep into mind while I buy a house. So that's where you get the knowledge. Like, okay, I'm taking this conspiratorial element of the government raises taxes on people to get people's homes. And now I'm going to figure out, okay, how can I use this information practically? Now it's relevant. It wasn't relevant until I was buying a home. The whole time I've known about this, 5, 10 years, whatever, didn't fucking matter to me because I wasn't buying a home. Now that I'm buying a home, okay, now, all right, you finally have a use for this information that maybe everybody ain't up on. Cool. Use it. But if you don't, then you fucking don't. And there's no shame in that. If I was paranoid as people on the internet, I'd be 40, not married, homeless, and be like, well, you're not going to be 40. Not for another 19 years. But I get what you're saying. Not married, homeless, on crack in Harlem. I think this is a question. How bad is not married a negative thing? There's only two people here. I think it's just Cotton and Richard. So I already know the answers of both of you. So, I historically yes, right? Historically, we always say, "Oh man, you're not married." I don't know if I feel that way because, like, if I was the only one who had this issue, I would agree. If it's a global non-pairing up issue, then it's like, it's not my fault. I can totally pump my responsibility. It's totally pump responsibility, right? And it's like, it's not like I'm not married because I'm just out here clanging and banging. Pause. Just slanging dick to these hoes like that. Like, then you can say, hey, that's fucked up. You should, don't be just out here, pause. I really don't give a fuck what you do. But, right, just bad energy, right? And same with these thoughts, right? You don't want to do that. Bad energy, bad juju, right? And if I was just like, man, I just had like a bunch of girls who wanted to marry me, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. But then you look, okay, like Kevin Durant not married. And sometimes people give him shit for that. But that's his fucking business, Marriages fail at a high enough clip, and that people are lonely, I ain't even use lonely. Marriages fail at a high enough clip, and people are unmarried at a high enough clip that I don't feel like it's a failure or a negative thing for someone to be unmarried. That said, that's just my opinion. If you want to have that opinion, you think, hey, that makes you more likely to get married and do the things you want, and have a family, and that's a goal for yours, do whatever it takes to make that goal happen. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe having the mentality of it being a negative, regardless of whether I agree with it or not, makes you more likely to get married and make you more likely to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? So don't let me crush your mentality, mess with it. I'm just giving my perspective. I think marriage can be a positive thing. I do think we shotgun marriage too much in previous cultures and previous eras. When I say shotgun, I don't mean legitimate shotgun marriage, but just the concept. I mean, if you waited too long before getting married, you were looked at crazy. And a lot of people got married fairly young because that was the energy, and a lot of people got married before their frontal lobes had even got put in. Is that good? You know what I mean? Or is that a holdover? Is that an evolutionary psychology holdover? We used to die a lot earlier. People would die during childbirth. That's why there was an emphasis on youth. People died at 40 and 50. I mean, people still do. But I was just like, oh, man, you've been in the coal mine since he was 20. He's 45 now. He died. You know what I mean? So everything was based on a much. People weren't thinking about, oh, yeah, you might live to 90. People were thinking, man, you might live to 30, bro. You better get it done, because what if you only make it to 29? You know what I'm saying? And you 28, you ain't got no wife. You might only make it to 29. It's fucking 19. It's fucking 18 something. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we at. Tech wise, anybody can just drop dead. That's just how it is. You might get hit by malaria or some shit, bro. What the fuck is you doing? You need a bitch. You need a bitch and some children. But, I mean, we don't really live in that age no more. So it's like, that expectation should still be there. But I don't know. I was married once enough, learned no less about the scam. You took Sofia Vergara out of the Latina Hall of Fame. She got divorced. Damn. Just lost her Hall of Fame. Lost her spot. But I mean, I hope I do hope marriage gets societally repaired, independent on whether I get married or not. I'm not saying it will be, like, there's no reason, unless the human race is retarded, which maybe it is. Maybe, the people, the democracy, the people rule, but the people are retarded. Maybe society's too retarded for marriage to succeed at a passable rate, and then people get married at a passable rate. Maybe we are. I don't know, but I would like to think that that's not the case, and that there's more human history on the side of. And I know people say, "Oh, people didn't really get married," but there have been long-term relationships. And again, I get it. Some of these, again, people are dying 33, 34, 50, or dying at young enough ages that may be a little bit more viable. Fair enough. There were a lot of people who enjoyed long-term relationships. And as much as people say, motherfuckers was fighting and things like that, there's a lot of studies that'll tell you that women were actually happier in the 70s and 60s and the 50s than they are now. I'm not saying this. I'm saying these studies do. Hey, Mr. Gregory, you're way in the fucking future. Way in the future. Happy 2027 or whatever the hell year it is in that fictional place called Australia. Appreciate you being here, man. It's always cool when you show up. Strip, no way. There's nothing wrong with you. Get out of the hall. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you for being here, man. Cool. We were just, Happy New Year. How much time we got in this year? It's already a new year for some Americans. They're already in the future. But I'm being in Central Time. I got another 43 minutes. We were just talking about whether or not it's still viable to expect marriage. If not being married by a certain age is still considered a failure. And the pros and cons of that. But we talk about a million things on these fucking streams. However the conversation go. So yeah, we're still in the old year. We're still in olden times. We're still in the past. Staying in about 40-odd minutes. There you go. Hey, Tom, just a happy New Year, Fear God and Dread Not. There you go. It's New Year for you, and when is it New Year for you, Tom Jensen, aka TJ? Hey, El Gordo, happy New Year. I still got 40 minutes in the past. I know for a lot of people on the East Coast, it's already 2026. About hour and 45. Okay. So it'll be New Year for you and kind of at the same time. Okay. I'm going to try to stream to get to everybody's New Year's who sticks around, at least. Because that would only be what? Another 2 hours, 3 hours. I can do that. It's New Year's. Oof. I may have to take a break from my fucking back. So I apologize. I need to download a BRB. Hold on. Let me do that right now. I'm not about to take the break. Maybe after the New Year's. I guess this looks kind of synth punky. A little synth wavy. Okay. Hold on a second. I know it's all dark. I don't know how to do this. Otherwise, so sorry for darkness. Darkness. Oh, man. What the hell is this damn thing called? Sorry. Now it's darkness and silence. Happy New Year for all of you. Okay, where is this damn thing? Oh, okay. All right. We did it. We figured it out. So that's that. I'm not gonna use that yet, but I will use that if I can get out of this. Hold on. All right. For later, because I will need a break. Let's see if I'm back. All for the games here. Create comment roster shows up when you turn the lights on. That'd be crazy. Shout out to creating a whole roster. Pause. But seriously, creating a whole fucking comic. That's like cool, man. That's what anyone. Why wouldn't everybody want to have their own comics and everybody wanted to have their own characters and rather they were simple and like, yeah, my Superman's better than yours, whatever it is, just such a cool thing. So that's dope, man. Never stop writing. Never stop being creative. 500 characters plus. I don't. There's a lot of. I don't know how many roster spots there are. You're gonna have a lot of ambush bugs. You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers don't get PT. Superman's Captain Courageous. I'm thinking about wrestling Captain Charisma. Shout out to my man Christian. Man, I've been missing so much AEW. It seems like I'm always seeing their clips. I really wish I was watching more AEW. And, I've been critical as fuck of AEW over the years, but it seems like they are really a much better product than they've been probably the whole time. I mean, some people, I saw the clip of Kenny. I even told you. I know he went through diverticulitis, and I know it's a serious disease. He still looked like he's still kind of sick, man. It may take him a little bit longer to heal up. But yeah, AEW was lit. Yes, infinite roster spots in time. Fair enough. That's dope. Hope everyone's having a good year, or so far those who are in the future. That's bad. Happy you mess with Riho. I don't know what happened. No, that's what happened when you take a lot of crazy spots, and diverticulitis isn't that serious. You got that shit? I didn't know that. Well, he does not look good. I can tell. I mean, he looks still. He's still in good shape, right? But he's just something around his eyes. Well, the pen and the paper, no such thing. Everyone gets a spotlight, all 500. Fair enough. Some people say, I don't know. Riho's got the weirdest career. Man, she has a career. Her and Hikaru Shida have a career that seems like they were fucking the top people at the company because they literally aren't on TV for like 9 months. Then they show up, and for 3 or 4 months they're the champion, and they go away. And it's like they have careers like they were off and on fucking the top people in the company. And then when they break up, they're gone for 9 months and they get back together. That's how their careers look, because that's probably what happened. That's why their careers look like that. You think Rio's worth the Sheeta? You might be right. Say it hurts if it's not treated. Fair enough. It always sounded pretty bad, like a hole. It was a hole in your intestines. Like, oh, I don't want that. But yeah, their careers aren't that weird. That's what happened when you fuck your way to the top. That's what their careers are. And it's so obvious. And it's hard to ignore that they are because of the gaps and then how they're pushed as soon as they come back. And, or maybe, this is just visa problems. I don't know. We at least know where Riho is. She the evangelist. Yeah, because Riho at least sticks around Kitty. Yeah, she posted herself on a stripper pole. Like, you fucking thought. Honestly, you know what? TK's become a better booker since he officially broke things off with Sheeta. Because I ain't seen Sheeta in a minute, and AEW looks a lot better. Send them hoes back to Stardom. And who knows? Everybody used to make fun of him because of coke. Like, he was just, all he started this company was to do coke and fuck Japanese bitches, which that probably is why he started the company. It probably is exactly why he started the company. He told you it was a bunch of wrestling shit. He just wanted to do cocaine and fuck Japanese wrestling bitches. That's his business. He got the money. He had the money to do it. His father gave him the money. What do you want to do, son? I want do cocaine to fuck Japanese bitches. That's what I want to do, Dad. Okay. Well, how are you gonna accomplish that? I'm gonna open up a wrestling company. Yeah, Japanese female wrestling is huge, and there's a bunch of fat slobs who watch anime. They'll pay me whatever I want, so they'll be paying for the cocaine and the Japanese bitches. That's the gimmick. Okay, man. Whatever, bro. Just gave him the money. Some version of that happened. Are we still online? Hopefully we are. Are we still online? Okay. Okay, that was weird. Hey, wait down. Hey, you used to won the bowl games. Shout out to the bowl games. Bowl games used to be so much more special when I was younger. Send for Kurt back to Mexico, back to Chile. I don't know. I got nothing. Happy fucking New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you guys. Yeah, you guys are in the future. Where were you guys? You both show up at the same time. Fuck what y'all doing in that stall. No, I appreciate both of y'all being here. Happy New Year's. Y'all in the future. Y'all in 2026. We still in the past. Back in 2025. Back in the days when I was young. Oh, how I wish I was a kid again. But back to I've been ranting about whatever the fuck, right? We were talking about marriage. I talk about conspiracy theories. Now I'm about to talk about college football, or as you call it, gay rugby, and how it's really falling off. But they're trying to bring it back with the bowl games. Like how it used to be is national championships were, for the longest time, just voted upon at the end of the year. So what they did is they invited people to bowl games. And then at a certain point, they had like the BCS where they picked the top 2 teams. And then they've since expanded to the tournament where it's like 16 teams. But as a result of the playoffs and it's the 16 teams, nobody cares about all the different bowl games. Plus, the transferring timing is really stupid. So most of these bowl games are just nobody cares about. So now, as a result, they're trying to do all these crazy gimmicks. They're sacrificing Pop-Tarts. They got fucking Frosted Flake bowls, like actual bowls that people are jumping into. They're just trying to be like silly cartoon games anymore, to try to get people to watch. While it was, bro, Pop-Tarts, whatever they paid for their bowl, they didn't pay enough. They got so much marketing out of those giant Pop-Tarts, both the giant Pop-Tarts that people were eating and the giant Pop-Tarts mascots, and they got so much out of that. So I get it, but it's like it would be cool if we had that and we still had games that mattered. And they got to, NCAA is retarded, as we've all known, anyone who's ever tried to watch college. They got to get that schedule right as far as the when people could transfer. They can't let people transfer and nobody's, this team isn't even this team. It's just stupid. They got to at least or move the bowls up. But let's see. Smashing the Asian girl, jeesh. Massage parlor, jeesh. Bought a J and a sub. You be going to Archer to free the leader. Okay, that's what's up. College football is rolling. You might be right, TJ. They're just on ice, right? Duke's Mayo Bowl, all sorts of shit. I'm surprised we don't have the toilet bowl already. Bowl games were always a vehicle to run bets. NFL's been controls Hollywood. At least we were entertaining. All this shit, you're right. Hollywood, WWE, politics. But the shit used to be entertaining. That used to exist. Now we're in this post and shitified world where everything is fucking ass. All the good prospects. Yeah, all the good prospects are out of the bowl games. Instead of that being like the iconic game where you have all the cool shit happen and the memorable parts of these people's career, they're not even in these games. Make it so if you transfer and not play your team's bowl, well, they should just make the transfers temporary. Like, Okay, when you transfer, your transfer is not eligible until after the bowl game, and then give you a decent check for the bowl game to where there's an incentive. Give the win, which they already think they give the winners a big check, right? So you give the winners a big check. The transfer, okay, you may be transferred to a new team, but for the next game, you're here and you're incentivized to want to get that extra 500,000. Especially some people are only getting 500,000 for their NIL. If they can make 500,000 off one game, now they back in business. You know what I'm saying? Because even though the NIL is like pros, they don't get paid like the pros. They get some of them are getting paid more than the rookies, but they're not getting paid like the pros. Where you're talking about 20, 30, 50 million at some quarterbacks, 70 million if you got our quarterback a year. I mean, there's some big contracts in the pros, and they're not getting that type of money. They might get, some guys might see 5, 10 million sometimes. And so even some of that, that's not gonna be consistent because you might get that 1 year. You fuck up, they ain't trying to see you again. That is true. That's why it all stopped working. They start whipping all the people at the circus. That's the problem. Yeah, they start whipping the people at the circus, and the bread has shit smeared on it. All they had to do was not shit on the bread. Yeah, the bread is stale. The circus is gay. They had motherfucker that really used to love the circus, who was doing it for the love of the game. Well, like a lot of things, that's been devalued because we know those educations ain't worth a damn. They are statistically not worth a damn. The education. You do not have a better chance of getting a job with a college degree than you do in high school anymore. So, to be fair, that college education used to have a lot more value 30 years ago, where you can say, hey, well, we'll give you a college education. There were people who didn't make it to the NFL who got a college education and were able to use that for something of value 30, 40 years ago. In the late 2000s, 90s, and they were still getting money under the table. Don't get me wrong. Just not as much. The NIL is, you talking about bigger bags. Your coach ran off to Michigan. Well, I'm sorry. We all know what happened to Michigan, idiot. I want to fight him to throw away. What was the contract? 13 million, 30 million, something like that. I think he was making $5 million this year. For some random bitch, some random white bitches. Like, why everyone keep messing up Michigan? I don't know, man. But just some random bitches. This guy talking about he trying to kill himself and all this other shit. He lost his job. He fucked Michigan up. He done fucked up. It's just like he just fucked up a lot of opportunities. Like, man, I want to punch you in the face. But Saxon Ohio State had no offense, got sent home. Crazy Carson Beck ain't that good. I see. Anyone paying for a uni degree in 2026 is far beyond my comprehension unless you're in a trade school. Computer's going to take your job before you even go to the first interview. We'll see about that. I still got – we'll see about that. I want to see these computers start taking jobs. I mean, I see some AI has taken like remedial. I'm talking about. And listen, I hope I don't get what I want, man. But I feel like that's being overstated. I don't think the computers. 10, 15 years from now, maybe. Next 5 years, I don't think they're really ready for prime time. I don't, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Kyle Whittingham will fix Michigan. Didn't like living in Michigan. What part of Michigan did you live in? Wait, Dono, you've been everywhere, man. You've been everywhere. Bitches saying fireworks are illegal in the city limits because of feral cats. Well, I know that. I don't know if you guys can hear. There are tons of fireworks going off in my neighborhood, and this is Harris County, so. And no one gives a quarter of a fuck. Fowlerville. I know Fowlerville. Oh, man. So you just see, Michigan's got a lot of – it's mostly dump. People will shit on Detroit, but Detroit and, like, Lansing and Kalamazoo, I mean, this is a lot of just farm. Michigan's just like North Indiana, like, you know what I mean, outside the cities. Ann Arbor's nice. Ann Arbor's underrated. I think Detroit's underrated, honestly. You might, man, because they're just letting them go. Shout out to American Jewelry Alone. I didn't live too far from American Jewelry Alone. Shout out to Detroit 48219. There was I didn't know somebody made an album about that zip code. Which I think Jewelry Alone is a different zip code, but it's right over. Fowlerville. Yeah, Happy New Year, LDG. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, everybody. Are we still in 2020? Yeah, we're still in 2025. We're still in the past. But for those in the future, enjoy the future. You know, let us know what's coming. We gotta go. There used to be these drum machines, and I wish I'd have got one when I was a kid. I wish I'd have known what one it was. It's 707. You can find that in American Jewelry Alone. I used to find that I used to go to the section and I would see one almost every day. White women are coming, run. No, stop. What the hell? Target Bear came out, said he banned fireworks a couple years ago. Everyone went harder every New Year just to fuck with them. But in 2026, 12-hour shit's not bad. Well, hey, that's all you can ask for, man. All you can ask for. I do have a question since you've referred to the area as SIA or Southeast Asia. How is that area? Is it getting gringified? Is there a lot of foreign nationals coming in? I still see social media bigging up Thailand and the Philippines and different areas. Not quite Cambodia, but just still that area, which I listen, I do want to do a lot more traveling in my life. And I used to always have the dream of wanting to live outside the United States, even for just a couple years. I'm not sure if that's as much of a goal unless I just become, untold riches type motherfucker. Which I know, part of the draws is cheap, or at least it was. Chop shit, sis. I'm not doing it for the hoes. I'm doing it for the weather and the cheapness. Fuck the hoes. I'm doing it for the cheap cost of living and what you can get for your dollar and the weather and the environment that that accompanies how beautiful a lot of these areas are. Thailand shot themselves in the foot on tourism because they're all cunts. Philippines a lot more Americanized. Cambodia is not as bad, but ... I had a feeling that was Wookiee. Yeah, this time we didn't change the name. It's the YouTube thing. Moved to Pontiac. Shout out to Pontiac. Pontiac wasn't that bad. I don't know what I know you scared of I don't know if scared is the right word, but you worry about there's always a lot of Arab people in Michigan, man. There was always a shit ton, man. I don't know how much more because I went back a few years ago. I didn't notice like a ton more. It was just still, Detroit. And honestly, as much as people talk about Detroit being ran down, I felt like a lot of stuff was getting built up. There's still a part of me, man, think about moving home, but I can't do. You know what it is with a lot of people have a lot of feelings about Detroit. They hear Detroit, they get a lot of thoughts. With me, it's the goddamn weather, man. I could deal with anything else. There's decent areas in the area you can find. There's decent neighborhoods even in the city, but the fucking cold, bro. It gets cold. It gets cold in the D, man. It gets like negative in the D. I'm not like negative Fahrenheit. Like it gets so cold. It can get that cold, and it's just I hate dealing with that. And the last thing I want is for one of these old ass heaters, in one of these old ass buildings they call home. Which there's some nice buildings, some nice homes, but a lot of them old. And then up the heat went out. It's like fuck. I just don't want to ever. Maybe that's a trauma thing, trauma response from being youthful. I just don't want that to ever happen. But there's a lot of Indians, Muslims, Nigerians coming in more than the whites, so that's not great. Well, I'm not white, so I mean, I just as long as they don't leave me alone. As long as I'm left alone, I can live anywhere. Lots of South Africans, more than any expat group. Very few Americans, Canadians, as far as white folks. Mostly Britain and Aussie. Thai and Philippines are only immigrants here that you don't mind. Fair enough. Body use literally 80% of the expats you meet are openly gay. And they all come here and take jobs at the kindergarten. Make of that what you will. I'm not saying that's a can of worms. We're going to leave that can of worms in 2025. But, not saying, just saying, why is that a thing? Why is there so much homosexuality in the education system? It is what it is. If you send your kids to the education system, man, and you're not at least, I get that some people can't do homeschooling or anything like that. If you absolutely have to send your kids to the education system, God damn it, you gotta at least be at every fucking parent teacher meeting, every fucking thing you can, and try to be as involved as you possibly can. Because you gotta make sure they're not gonna fuck your kid, man. That's like a real thing. And they keep showing these like mid-chop wives, and you'll see those bots, irregardless of what they've done, because some of these girls have done some really fucked up things to these kids. But some people will see some mid-chop bitch and just go, oh, I wish that happened when I was 14. Like, nah, big dog, did you read the story about how her and her husband was raping these kids and filming it and making them do shit? You didn't read any of this. You just saw a chopped bitch and started thirst commenting in the fucking thing. Read the fucking story. Because a lot of these stories, it's not even just like, it's way worse. It's like some sick shit. Ideal environment, not bad. I see. A lot of people, a lot of things are like that, I guess. Alaska's out too. Yeah, fuck Alaska. Too cold. Fuck that. Fuck that. Out of all the sea countries, you do best here. Cheap, nice, hospitable, not nearly as racist. Just don't. As long as they don't fuck with me, I don't care. I'm good on the hoes. Nah, it's all gay dudes doing weird shit to the boys while girls get great by the boys because they won't sleep with local boys. That's fucking dark. I see you as an extra strategy of walking ATL. See, that's fucking dark too, man. That's some dark. That sounds dark triad as fuck. See, I don't want to get into all that shit. I just want peace. I just want a nice house with a decent view and some weed, man. That's all I want out of life. I don't even need a big booty bitch anymore. I wanted one. I don't think Cambodia is known for the biggest of the booties. I'm good. Neither is Thailand. Thailand is not even known for women at all. And they all, that sounds dark triad. I don't know if I can handle that shit. Oh, man. Is it New Year's? Not yet here. We're still in the past. Chill, cook, and clean. As long as you enjoy yourself, to each their own, man. Sad to you see him, girl in the league you never seen, heard of, and they're practically homeless. Dark. Dork. Dark. This whole conversation is dark. You're like, yeah, all these. See, this is why I work out, because if one dude can take you down, two can rape you. Believe it or not, it might be a motherfucker out there down to rape you. It's all this, like, gay people raping people, and boys raping girls, and girls homeless, and I'm good, man. The bud chase, I'm good. I hope, You can find some stability out there. Like, I might as well just stay in goofy ass Houston. Not that Houston goofy, America goofy, goofy ass America. Rather it's Houston, rather it's back to Charlotte, rather it's. See, that's not. I don't know where to live. I thought I would go back to Michigan, but I've gotten living in the South unused to cold. And anytime I go back and it's super cold, man. You're not kidding. If Terry Crews can get grape, anybody can. Even though some of that wasn't like physical, like he could have whooped on dude. He just chose not to because the dude was like the most powerful motherfucker in Hollywood. And honestly, looking back, it was legitimately brave to tell that story. No lie, no cap, no bullshit. Like I'm not trying to cape for it, but it's like it didn't help his career out. Everybody made fun of him, but we all know the story was true. We all know the story was true, and they had already put him in a bunch of such situations. They put him in such situations in Next Friday. They put him in such situations in White Chicks. They put him in such situations for all those fucking commercials. The Old Spice commercials. He was the damn president in Idiocracy. And some dude just grabbed his balls, and when he pushed him off, act like he was crazy that you pushed him off. Yeah, Cav was right about all that shit. And then when he told everybody looked at him like he was crazy. And see, that's the thing. I'm trying to keep a virgin butthole as I do this music shit. I wanted to get more successful. We did one EP on social on all these shitty services. Hopefully it got downloaded with the leak. We got another EP coming out this coming month, some way, somehow. And hopefully this month. When I say this month, I mean January. I got 6 of the songs written. I want to record them all like in the same batch, so like my voice and tone is all similar. But it's crazy to be saying that shit, and it didn't benefit him. Right by a lot. He is still clout chasing, pretends like he's the most bad motherfucker in the room. That's the problem. Well, he's still part of the system. That's why he wears he got that chain, that captain's chain. Is also a reference to Saturn's 8-pointed. So it's like, all these people, to varying degree, is still part of that system. All these celebs. So that is what, honestly, has been a thought in this entertainment thing. Is I'm starting to get a little bit more high. And I think we're getting closer to the New Year. I need a clock or something. I'm not even looking. I want to look at a clock so I can at least look at something to know the New Year's. But okay, I want to, I'm doing my little music thing, doing my little YouTube thing. I just want to, wouldn't mind making a few dollars type shit. Let's see. I'm trying to get a countdown. But I don't want to, I'm not trying to get my butthole ran. You know what I'm saying, big dog? Like, I'm not trying to have no crazy shit. I don't want no crazy life. I just want to, make my music, make my little videos, do my streams. I don't want to sacrifice nobody to Baal. I don't want to wear a dress. I'm releasing music on Spotify. I already have a project on Spotify and Apple Music and all the other shit. And it's on YouTube too. Borrow Nostalgia that doesn't exist. Next project's called Potency. After that, we're doing Resin. And I'm going to do another synth, And then the next project after that will probably be, I think this is something you said, but I've seen it before, since it. Nostalgia is the sign of a dying culture. Keep the nostalgia going theme with the synthwave albums. And then For the Love of the Game. Those are the next. And that'll be like a mix of hip-hop and synthwave and synth-pop and all things above. So that's the idea. That's the goal long-term of phase 1 of VigilanteWilliamson doing music. And so that's the next goal. Is it all going to come out this year? We'll find out. One project will. One project for sure will. Two, I say for sure 2 projects will come out this year. If we can get all 4, I feel like that guy. They aspire to them. Well, somebody touched Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? He was probably older than I am. And, I mean, just as big, if not bigger. Somebody said, Daddy said Rick Ross and said, cool, I like that daddy. Yeah, exactly. Lizzo done came in the door. They just let Jelly Roll in. Jelly Roll's one of the biggest stars on earth right now. They're pushing this guy like they're pushing him like he's a superstar. Come on, man. Once you get the Weinsteins out the room, not anybody can get on. I mean, that's just how it goes. Shit. Somebody said Jelly Roll, you. Some tea in the industry. Jelly Roll's older than me, ain't he? Or my age? And he's taller than me for being that big. I know he's lost some weight. And listen, I hope he's got a virgin butthole, pause. But I don't know that he does. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on Jelly Roll's virgin butthole, pause. Man, it does seem like it went a little worse after Weinstein left. I'm not gonna lie. You look back, he was a guy that did push a lot of, Quentin Tarantino stuff. He was in a lot of more independent style movies. He pushed a lot more independent movies, and he pushed them towards the mainstream. So, I mean, there is something. We're 6 minutes and 34 seconds away from 2026. Something died when Weinstein got kicked out. Not saying, everything, he should have just been cool to fuck these hoes, but, man, it just seems like that he was good at his job. Like, I'm not trying to it's fucked up what he did, but the shit that he was doing, just like with Vince McMahon, like some of these people were good at what they were doing, man. Like, I'm not trying to say it's cool for them to be fucked up human beings. It's not, but it's like I can't deny results either. You know what I mean? Hell, even the girls he abused, I mean, a lot of them became stars. What about the ones that didn't? Those the ones who really got abused, if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to keep that virgin butthole, so to speak. That's the term we're using. So as a result, you know what I mean? They didn't become, the big actress, the big star. So, I don't know. But no, it's a thing, man. I want to stay under that wavelength. I don't want to even, because my fear is you walk into a room you can't walk out of, like fucking Batman The Dark Knight Rises, where he's just going along, he's whooping on these guards and whooping on these fucking henchmen, and he walks into the room and the door slams shut, and it's just him and Bane. But instead, it's the Eyes Wide Shut room. And it's like, I just been going to different shows and making a little money and think, okay, cool, I'm an independent artist, and I just walk into the Eyes Wide Shut room like, boom. Like, hey, you can't walk out this room. And it's like, oh, man. Because I don't want to walk in that room. You know what I'm saying? That room exists. People done walked in that room thinking, everything's sweet. And it's like, hey, you're giving up the butthole. You're not walking out this room. And there's people who would live both of that life. Oh, man, he tragically died. There's no autopsy. But he tragically died. We don't know how. Isn't it sad? And then, it's fucking Kevin Hart. So I don't want to be either of the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Dave Chappelle joke.
about Michael Jackson. Like he made Thriller. Sometimes you gotta let a few things slide if you want cool shit. Oh, it's dark, but it's not untrue. R. Kelly did make some bangers. He made some incredible music. Also, you know, untrue. Yo, Louis C.K. did nothing wrong. So what? He was fapping in front of his sister. They were consenting adults that consented to the fapping, and none of them volunteered their mouth by ad. These ungrateful bitches. Weren't they at a booth outside R. Kelly concert 10 years ago? He put on a hell of a show. I'm sure he did. Ooh, all right. We got 3 minutes before the new year. Oh, did some of them not consent? Or was it that, oh, it's money time, so now I didn't consent? Because now, you know, you could renege consent. Meaning like, hey, on what time is it now? A chick, you can literally in some places be fucking a chick right now, 11:57 Central Time, and tomorrow she can say, I consented at that time, but I don't consent anymore. Oh, the money time. Oh, the post. Yeah, they consented. For when I read that original story, it seemed like they was all down, but they just wanted to shit on them. It didn't seem like he was like whipping them with the dick. Like, hey, I'm like trying to put this shit inside you or some crazy shit. He just wanted to beat his meat, and they were cool with it. And again, none of these hoes had the decency to offer him some throat. Ungrateful bitches. This is Louis C.K. And Louis C.K. was that guy, man. He's ungrateful hoes. Even though that was some weird shit too. Definitely weird shit. But what's your theory about Kevin Hart and The Rock? You think they was a couple or some shit? Motherfuckers have signed a consent contract for getting head. They used to joke about that. Signing consent contracts, having people recording, signing. I mean, but they might now they can say it's AI. It's AI. You forged my signature. They kept coming to the door. So yeah, they were into the shit. Maybe a couple did volunteer their mouth. They just didn't say it. Like, come on, you're just gonna man, do something. Shit. It'd be just some bitch thinking she is as important as Louis C.K. The fuck? All right, last minute of 2025. I can even show y'all. It's my little countdown goes down. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, 40 seconds. So, thank you all for this year. This has been a cool year. We're going to keep going, keep growing, keep making shit, keep fucking these bitches, keep making these hits. Try to keep a virgin butthole in the process. And, hope everything goes good with y'all. May y'all, all y'all dreams come true. We done made it to 2026. 6 years since, was it 2 weeks to stop the spread? 6 years later. And 3, 2, 1. Happy 2026, everybody. Happy motherfucking New Year. For those in the Central Time Zone. We done made it. And people, the fireworks is going crazy. Going motherfucking crazy. We done made it to happy motherfucking New Year. It's 20 motherfucking 26. May my back injury heal. I'm smoking pretty good, so I can't really feel it. I ain't going to hold you. Happy 2026. See, I think these folks are really into demeaning shit, yeah. Even though they make guys do weird shit at these parties, I'd be willing to bet they had to wear hard like a fleshlight. They find it funny and made they did make them do a bunch of films together. Oh man. Oh Zeus, you getting scared of fireworks? It's okay, Juice. Fireworks is going crazy. Hope nobody hurt themselves. The fucking football player was Najee Harris hurt himself July 4th this year. Happy New Year. New Year, new you. But that was definitely weird that they did like 15 fucking Rock, Kevin Hart movies. I don't remember none of them. I know Jumanji was one of them, but they had like 2 or 3 where they were like the same. Like, what was going on with that shit? I know you used to do that shit back in the days where you had like 2 actors being like 5 movies together and shit. But like, the fuck was that? Weird shit. But Happy New Year. It's only 2 here. Just sit you and wait now. Appreciate y'all both pillars of the channel. It's cool that you able to come around a little bit more. Hope everything's cool. Hope you listen, man. If you're enjoying Cambodia, enjoy it, man. Hope everything is cool. Don't let me, enjoy Cambodia. Enjoy the e-bitches. Live a happy life, man. Cause life is short. They're trying to fuck up everything. So you ever to carve something worth a damn out this life, fucking do it. Don't let nobody stop you. Shit. All right, now it's 2020 motherfucking 6 in this bitch. Gotta do more than I did 2025. So we got a project coming out. I gotta record it. I'm writing it. I have a few more songs to write. I'm probably gonna wait until I get everything written to record, just so I can record it like one day, get it all recorded. And I'm not forcing the writing. Like I'll take a couple days off. I'll put on the beat, try to write. If I don't feel nothing, I'm not forcing it. Cause the bars is getting cold, so I want this shit to be like. I kind of need all the bars to be cold. The bars is pretty cold. I'm proud of the shit I'm writing from a bar standpoint, and even from there are coherent subjects. There's different production. That shit. It's not gonna be the most commercially shit, but just for people who like rap, man. I think this is gonna be just a solid hip hop project for people who like hip hop. So I think it's gonna be cold, and I'm kind of proud of. I'm proud of the synth pop. There's definitely mistakes that I made, but we're gonna correct those mistakes and come back on nostalgia's the sign of a dying culture. We're gonna stick to the '80s format a little more, stick to even the synthwave format. Yeah, y'all already at yep. You got a good point. Y'all been in 2026. Y'all been in the future. I'll try to keep going on Saturdays. Everybody went to get drunk. The rest of them find sodomy talk. Yeah, that probably did help. Combination of. Zeus, move. Move, puppy. I know. It'll be okay. But I guess you did move. So I'll take that. It's okay. That's what people say. At the end of the day, like I'm not into as much of the botch. See. You know what, man? I don't. I got it right now. Visit. That's good. Yeah, that's what Cinches said that. And the first album is called "Borrowing Nostalgia That Doesn't Exist." So now I get to use nostalgia for the first synthwave album. So like it keeps the first 2 of each linked. Potency and Resin are the hip hop projects, and then the 2 nostalgia names are for the synthwave. So there's like they're linked. That keeps them linked. So that's what we're calling the projects. And then For the Love of the Game, and then I'm gonna have a small game, a short game, just like at 4 or 5 levels, and a boss, or like 3 levels and a boss. It's probably gonna be just a shoot 'em up demo type shit. But try to be well done. Try to get the art and everything, and just whatever it takes. Learn about what it takes to release a game. So that's the stuff. Will it all get done by the end of 2027? If I work hard, maybe. I know Potency will be out for sure because that's like I said. I just gotta finish it. I could release it as 5 tracks, and resin might only be 5 tracks. I might make the EP shorter. Dildo's basically an informal A&R / label exec. I mean, non-position label exec. Shit, but I mean, I don't know, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all the A&Rs. Y'all the label. Y'all the people who. Even though I know this ain't a hip hop crowd, and it's not a even an electric music crowd. Central has the most diverse taste, but spend all his budget on drugs. What budget? the budget's already been spent on weed. Get into the ring while wearing a dress. Like, I don't want to get too high. I just want to get. It seems like there's a safe level. Like nobody got the guy you brought up, State Azure. You can't tell me you gotta be giving up butthole just to be State Azure on the internet. Come on, guys. Nah, he's got 159,000. He does his streams and his videos. He releases his music. You're telling me I gotta fucking give up the whole to be that? Like, come on, man. I just don't buy it. I believe you could be that at that level and still be good. It's also a good name. Okay, you share drugs. Okay. Baton Rouge, you'd be surprised. Worked as a ghostwriter. That's dope. I sold a few beats. That's as far as I got. One of the guys, even though we had fell out, but he was still cool with some people I knew. Apparently, I didn't realize how close he got to getting signed. He basically just denied the deal, and I don't know if any conspiratorial stuff was that that what he told people didn't quite add up. I'm not gonna get too into it, right? Because the future proof it in case. Oh wait, we know who you are now, so we know who you're talking about. So I'm gonna try not to get that far. Apparently they had the deal. They said they said no to the deal. I couldn't tell you why. A lot of people were shocked. Did they see something? Question mark. I don't know. They gave another excuse, but it had to be the excuse. I don't know. When I first heard the story, it sounded unbelievable, but as time went on, I wondered, maybe the reason the story's unbelievable is because that's not the reason. It was something else. I don't know. I'll never know. Because I ain't going to touch that person. And they probably wouldn't want to talk to me anyway. The shit ain't my fault. Yeah, no waffle all just makes music in this day. Yeah, I love that. You can't get mad at that. Cool with staying shallow in the pool. See, that's the thing about fighting them for marketing space. That's why I was like, I'm going to run ads. I'm going to run ads. I'm going to do music videos and run ads in the videos. I can at least do that, right? And I don't have to run the craziest campaigns, but just enough to get attention. Now, the wave was, and there's different ways to try to use ads to trigger the algorithm. And it doesn't have to be too expensive. I'm going to figure something out as far as that. And I'm not going to spend thousands. Like I said, I can spend what I've spent on fast food on that and do that. Groyper rap, MAGA rap. I mean, you're not incorrect. Listen, there's a billion ways if you want to go viral right now, and I'm not opposed to them unless I'm opposed to them. Like I'm not about to do some 6-7 shit. I'm not about to do some MAGA rap. I'm not about to do Groiper rap. But I'm not so serious. I'm not gonna make fun of myself or you know what I mean. That I'm just like this. Whatever. It's just certain things. I might have a line. Who knows? I may. I'm definitely gonna not be too serious. It ain't like I'm fucking. I don't know, but like. Those are the facts. Black dude's the only one who can get away with it. I bet between three of us we would come with an epic verse about it too. I mean, listen. Shout out to any artist, any creative. Fuck just rapper, fuck just music. Any creative who's able to be independently sufficient to have an independent career. I think I am good enough. I don't know if I have the ability to work hard enough. I don't know. I'm going to try. But I also, I would have been out partying if my back didn't hurt. I have my physical, mental, human limitations. I work a full-time job. Not to be excuses, because people can still do this. But we'll just see. Worst case scenario, I'll put out some music I'm proud of. And that will still be a thing. That's the worst case scenario. So I'm obviously trying to kind of push a prolific thing. I do feel a bit, but it's not just like, okay, yes, there is this pressure to constantly release. But like I said, I also have concepts that I want to execute on. Part of the reason of doing 2 EPs in each genre is to just get better and get good enough to be able to mix them. You know what I'm saying? And then put together some solid music that has a less genre and it still kind of be focused. And at least have people like, okay, if you've heard my music before this point, you feel palatized to it. So let me see. Why did Eminem make it? Self-depreciation. He was only artist in the rap game talking shit by himself. That and he met Dre, yeah. Biggie. He had met Puff. Biggie before on an album that sold, what was that, 2, 3, 4 million, whatever it was, said when he died, he hopes he goes to hell because he's a piece of shit. It's not hard to tell. But Eminem definitely opened up even more. There's definitely scales that open up. You got to give Beastie Boys, Vanilla Ice, and Eminem their credit for opening up the market. License to Ill sold like 10 million. Vanilla Ice sold what it sold. And then conversely, the MC Hammers and the Will Smiths of the world too. All of this helped make hip-hop way more palatized to the masses. No matter how much you like Illmatic or we mentioned Company Flow or Common or fucking Talib Kweli or whatever the fuck, Killer Priest, whatever artist you love, no matter how much you love them, if not for artists like Eminem, Vanilla Ice, and other artists, and it's a niche genre. That's just how it goes. Maybe. I know a lot of people, there's definitely a bigger anti-Eminem push now than even when I was younger. Or maybe I'm just, I was just such a fan. I was a big fan of the first 3 albums like everybody else. And even some of the 2000s midness, it was just, he delivered some solid verses amongst those. I don't understand how Jay-Z gets away with having, to me, like almost the same career. And I like a few more of Jay-Z's songs. But there's a lot of Jay-Z songs I don't like. You know what I mean? It's like M has a lot of songs I don't like too. But so does Jay-Z. And I feel like He has projects I don't like. He has projects that are not that great and that haven't ate. Like, I don't like half of fucking the Hard Life album. There's a good part of it that's like really cold. I get why people love Reservoir Dogs and some of these like Just a Week Ago. I get the songs everyone likes, but then it's like, hey, do you remember all this mid shit off all these like shiny suit ass Britney Spears beats? Oh no, I forgot all about this shit. Cause no matter what, yeah, he did. He said that Shug didn't hold him outside the window. This actually does sound more realistic, but we just like the imagery of Shug being hold. He just pointed to outside, like they went on the balcony, and he just basically told him, "Hey man, that's a long fall," and that was it. I believe that, cause you could drop somebody, you could fuck that up, right? The goal is to extort him, not kill him. To actually hold somebody outside the window, I know Shug is super strong like that, but that 1% chance of you fucking it up, and now you just splattered the motherfucker, and yeah, it's probably more realistic. He told him that, notwithstanding. But allegedly, Vanilla Ice owed some of that money. He owed some of that money to a ghostwriter. That was the whole premise of it. So even if Shug did threaten him, even if he paid a little bit more than he owed, apparently that was the issue, that one of these ghostwriters felt that he would either didn't get paid or didn't get paid enough. And Shug was the guy who talked to him. He used that money, obviously, amongst other. There's other money in the pot. What's the guy? Something O. Harry O, I believe. He had some money in that pot. He's a guy who funded a lot of stuff with drug money. And there was a guy, Reggie Wright. There was a few other shadowy figures, but I mean, you could guess whatever 3-letter organization was really probably at the head of all this stuff. Even down the rural Louisiana, he was big. Vanilla Ice paid for Dre. Said that. Shug, Diddy, Snoop conspired to kill Pac, and the FBI knew. Obviously he did steal the beat, but David Bowie and Queen, they got paid for that, right? There's no way around that. Oh, Zeus. I'm scratching his ear and he's freaking out. There's no way around that. But you know what? Shout out to Vanilla Ice. Shout out to the Ninja Turtle soundtrack. Marky Mark said a lot of wild shit. But he was in the Departed, one of the better movies the past 20-some odd years. Getting on to 20 years because time keeps on slipping in the future. We're already in 2026. Yeah, Zeus. It's 2026. We're old as shit now, bro. I can and I had till right now. Shout out to Four Brothers. That was a solid movie. I'm trying to think, like, what has Marky Mark done that was valuable? First, Ted's okay. I guess it's one of the last comedies, period. Now we just got shitty podcasts. That's the new comedy. Somebody's MAGA podcast. Yeah, you're right. I was over for that. He was in The Departed. He was in Ted. He was in one of the shitty Transformer movies. Which they're all kind of shitty, but the first one's pretty. I like the first one. He was in Four Brothers. He was alright. Just another motherfucker. I used to have a coworker. Oh shit, the mic. Pause. I had a coworker that used to love Marky Mark for some fucking reason. Max Payne, I forgot about that shit. And you would think I thought Max Payne was gonna be an easy movie to make. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, the other guy. There's some other fucking movies. I didn't see everything though. Is it? That's why it's good. Zeus. Go snooty brat. Best Mark film hands down is The Corruptor. Chow Yun Fat. Man, I never even seen that. Shout out to Chow Yun Fat. Shout out to Hong Kong. The Hong Kong movie system. Sometimes I'll be watching like the best of Jackie Chan, and they be going to all sorts of different like movies. I feel like that's something to probably get into. Cause I always feel like I'm not watching enough media, enough entertainment. I need to watch more of the fucking Hong Kong '80s action movies. It seems like there was a ton of those, and they all look fucking incredible. Like I used to watch the Jackie Chan ones back in the day. Corruptor, the movie's called Internal Affairs. I don't know if he's an IA and the Corruptor. That's the whole twist. Let's see. Zeus. I can't just scratch it. I'm doing a stream. No, you gotta move. Move. They're not good. I mean, they look cool. I mean, obviously the special effects are not up to modern, but that's what makes them so fucking kick ass. Like, what the fuck? They're just crazy. Like they're crazy. And then there's like some of the Jackie Chan ones. That one was it Benny or Urquidez? Oh man, I wish I could play. I've tried playing it, but they'll give me a copyright strike. But that one's so fucking awesome, bro. Eternal Affairs is great. No wonder Hollywood wanted to remake it. Was Hollywood ever good, or did we just overrate it? Did we just, it's easy to have that opinion after everything's so shitified. But did we just overrate the entertainment industry in the first fucking place? And that was our issue. You ever heard of the film Funny Games, something like that? It's about the home affairs. That look interesting. I did not see that. And I'm sure not everything. Obviously, there's some great pieces of art, right? We all know that. But for how many things are actually that peak and how good things are, did we overrate where we are? Is things even that and shitified, or are we just older, cynical, and they're shittier? Like, you know what I mean? Apparently, okay. Funny Games about the home affairs look interesting. It's a Haneke movie. I'm not familiar with them. Apparently, the lead guy breaking the fourth wall throughout psychologically pulls the audience in and makes them complicit, supposedly leaving you feeling twisted by the end. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back from work. Appreciate you being here, man. We're talking a little bit about Hong Kong movies. Then I started to wonder if because we were talking about The Pirate, and so it led us into talking about Hong Kong movies a little bit. Then I started to wonder, was Hollywood overrated the whole time? Like this whole time, right now. And when I say Hollywood, let me just say the whole entertainment industry. Like I'll even toss gaming in there, because gaming is going through a real crazy time from both the software and the hardware system because of this damn RAM thing. So we can look at shitty AI, and because of this damn, just lack of AAA games. There's just not that many AAA games being made. Damn. Happy New Year, Zax. I have a fuck ton of snow. Almost took you double the time to drive home. Damn. Every Friday, Jack and I watch an old film with another teacher. You're all disappointed. Nothing is good. You remember it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we are overrating how good entertainment was. Not saying it's not bad, but I think a lot of this shit was always kind of like mid at best. Hollywood, like capitalism's not perfect right now. It's on fire. Still better than any alternative. Well, they got a. I guess technically it's not Bollywood. They're as much as y'all love the Jeets and y'all call them Jeets. There's a resurgence in Indian movies going on. Some of it is ironic, right? But that's a thing. And there's other countries that have movies that people get into. Obviously, people are into the K-drama, J-drama. That's a thing. So, and we know that K-pop and anime, speaking of Korea and Japan, we know they're gaining a lot of foothold over here. That's what I heard. Apparently, they remade shot for shot, scene for scene for the American version. Bollywood movies suck ass. I remember a couple years ago there was a movie called RRR that got a lot of hype, and there was some movies around that era and behind that got some fandom. And again, some of it is there's a wink and a nod, but it has its thing. Happy 2026 to everybody, since we're now in the future and we're waiting for people in the mountain time zone and similar time zones and the people on the West Coast to come to the future with us, to leave the filth of 2025 and be purified by 2026. Purified by the waters of Lake Minnetonka. KJ dramas are unwatchable. RRR brought the Yeats to he did bring the Yeats to Zax's yard, and that was a wave. That whole Indian thing was a wave. Got about a half hour left with the past. Come to the future. Pause. So yeah, everybody gotta hate on the Yeats. Yeet. Or the Jeets, whatever we're calling them. Thinking of Prince now. Shout out to Prince. Shout out to catching that reference. If I could get a bitch bad Apollonia, I'll feel like it, Prince. You know, I see that. Rest in peace. I think she might be passed. A lot of people around Prince is passed. Not everybody, but a decent amount. Who passed? I feel like a few people did. I know I feel like a few people in the Prince or have passed over the past few years. My brain is just between the weed tiredness. I'm not feeling the back pain, but that's because of the weed. Because I've been smoking pretty strong this whole stream. If I could have a chick like Apollonia making me waffles, then on that day, right? Delirious. See, I do not be pegging you as a Prince guy, but I mean, I guess you were just around the '80s, so you had to hear him. Delirious. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking love Prince, man. Prince was always on. He's just like I don't know how he made his beats. I mean, I know how. We know what the equipment is. They were always just crazy sounding. Literally smoking for as long as you've been in chat, fair enough. But I basically just woke up to do the stream. I got off of work like 5. I really wanted to go out with Bro Jelani. That's what I wanted to do. I could have been, maybe like another hour. Then I could have came on and said, "Hey." People who do fuck with Prince, who don't fuck with Prince, not to be trusted. You just watch Pale skits. He was pretty bass, but he had his wild era in the '80s, where he, you know, '80s and even the early '90s. He was still on some wild type shit. But he wasn't as wild as other celebrities. I mean, he was wild with these bitches. A lot of the shit he got into, he might get into trouble for now. But at the same time, he wasn't like doing no crazy shit. It's just, you know, there's laws against just giving a bitch a contract because she's fucking you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's against the law. You can't do that. But you know, Prince is my favorite artist. I think he's one of the most talented music artists to be able to play multiple instruments and to write your own songs and to perform your own songs and just be a one-man band and then surround yourself by talented musicians to make everything even sound even better. Shout out to Drake. You know what? I can't totally hate on the Drake / DJ Khaled / Kanye thing of organize several songwriters and several producers and pick from a bunch of different stuff to put something together. Because on some level, a lot of music's been. The truth is, most music was made that way. We sometimes, you know, sometimes we see behind the curtain, but most music has always been made that way from back in the 40s. There's a lot of people who say the Rolling Stones and Beatles didn't play on a lot of their albums, especially the early albums. Be back in a minute, okay. I don't want to talk to Drake. Fair enough. We're a bit old for him. But, you know, that's the process of having 5 ghostwriters. They used to have bands, so they would have the same band, 2 or 3 ghostwriters. Maybe the artist put in some input. And between the band and the few writers, they put together something. Now we don't have a band, but at the same time, we got 5 producers because the whole game is fucked up. So when you hear a beat, a lot of times that's off a loop. A loop producer that gave it to a producer. He places it with the larger producer, and then they place it with the artist. And so then it gets split however many between that. Now, a lot of times just doing a loop, you don't get nothing. But it depends, because some people got different situations. And then you got a whole similar issue with the lyrics. Sometimes you get a piece of the publishing. Sometimes you don't. Obviously, you would like to get to the point where you don't do nothing unless you get your piece of publishing. But some people have infamously and will infamously sacrifice their publishing just to get a spot. And that's I can name you a dozen or so. Anything from Scott Storch being mad, Timbaland, issues between Big Sean and Kanye, bunch of people who supposedly did music for Dre and didn't get everything they were supposed to get. And how much did Dre really make? Were they all DJ Quick and Mailman beats that he just touched up on, or Daz and whoever else beats that he just touched up on? I don't know. The co-producer thing. You could go super deep with the who's really making this shit gimmick. You know, the artist is just, especially at a major label, even at these semi-independent labels where there's some money behind them. They're starting up with a couple million budget because the guy used to work at Epic back in the day, so he's got his own thing. Now he's probably plugged in. Maybe he's plugged in still with Epic on a some sort of basis. So that semi-indie label, which is a part of how music is surviving. I mean, as much as there's a lot of complaining about music's making a lot of money. Even with this broken model, there's still a ton of money being made. Hey! Happy New Year's, Ron. So it's all the jokes. He took all that talent, but that's what they were doing. They were doing that since they had the fucking Donny Osmond. You know what I'm saying? In the 70s. That was always a part of the game. They had the Osmonds and the Carpenter. And Karen Carpenter could really play drums, by the way. Karen Carpenter was dope. But they had all sorts of different groups. Some were more talented than others. But they all were trying to do, let's sell pop music to the most amount of people and hope people buy stuff and hope people buy this. So rather it was a Donny Osmond's greatest hits back in the 70s and 80s on a Kmart speakers, or Drake at H&M or whatever speakers. You know what I'm saying? That's just how. Or at the Apple Store speakers. Taylor Swift on the Apple Store. Whatever it is, that was all in the game. That's always in the game. He passed. The dude, shit. Baltimore City Police? City Police. And yeah, I'm not saying you should like it, but I'm not about to just blame Drake for like something they've been doing since the fucking first time they recorded music. Like, that was the whole gimmick. They took motherfucking songs. I saw somebody else was getting sued. Speaking of taking motherfucking songs, because a lot of times, sometimes they don't give you shit. I think it was Taylor Swift or somebody. What I'm saying is, somebody got sued recently. Wouldn't know a Drake song. I would know a couple. I wouldn't know a ton, and sometimes I'll hear one and I have heard way less of his catalog than I have heard. Like, of his catalog and how many songs I've heard, I would say I probably only have heard maybe 15% of his catalog at max, and that's not by willful looking. Outside of maybe 2 or 3 songs over the entire career. Cause like I don't know his catalog, but then I've never ever searched for the song Marvin's Room ever, but I've seen it because of memes and shit. Yeah, wouldn't no one, depending on it. There's certain songs they played and neither one of us, I might know if I hear his voice, but I wouldn't know until that point. And yeah, most of it is not that great. It wasn't even a series of Degrassi. I remember watching the episode as my first introduction to Degrassi. And we didn't know this guy was going to start making pop music 4 or 5 years later. But I'm with my little sister, and I watched the whole episode where it's like this Caucasian kid. He's getting bullied. Drake doesn't even bully him at the time when he goes crazy, but he thinks he's the source. I forgot what even happened, but like he was a misunderstanding. Anyways, they shoot him. I start laughing at my sister. I said, "High school is nothing like this. I just hope you know, this is fake. This is not anything close to real. High school is nothing like this." I was like laughing at it because it was so crazy. Yeah, she re-recorded her whole rights. But I saw that I think somebody was suing her. If it wasn't her, it was another artist of that level. But that she owed them money. I don't know if it was true, though, but, something was happening. Shitting on Drake a little bit. Though I'm not that I was caping for Drake, but just saying, hey, Drake is just a long lineage of different artists that they put out to the world that aren't really talented, that there's like 10 people behind them really doing everything. So I was just watching this thing about how certain songs get passed around the industry. Because I guess Simon Cowell had a group and they passed on a couple of NSYNC songs and a couple of Britney Spears songs. And, had they taken those songs, things might be different. But it's like that. It's like the songs, and then they do whatever edits and put it together for the group or the artist. Then they put together like they've always. You know what it was? The record industry was as much as they was taking from the artists, they were giving a lot back then. They were doing a lot. I'm not trying to cape for all the weird shit, like, sacrificing people to Baal and shit. That's weird and fucked up. That's fucking crazy. But like the presentation, like how much they gave certain artists, how much certain artists were pushed from a presentation standpoint and from the finances of those presentations, you can't get too crazy. Like, no, they overcharge the artists when they start charging back, but they are putting together millions of dollars for these artists in some cases. They shouldn't be taking so much back, but like, if they would have just been fair with the splits, a lot of people would have been happier from jump. But they were, But at a certain point, what really fucked it up is they don't do that no more. I'm talking about time past. They're not really putting a lot of money, even behind the big artists. They're not putting a ton of money like they used to put. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. So let me see. Watch Degrassi Junior High when you were in junior high. I didn't know Degrassi was around then. Spike got pregnant. Yes, it's shite. Yeah. Lil Wayne turned around, turned into Baby, doing the same shit to people. Yeah. But that's what a lot of people say. That you don't get paid off being an artist. You get paid off being a label and then shitting on the artist that's under you. They say Ross shitted on all those artists there. Kanye shitting on all his art. They all shit on all their artists. Because that's where the money is. Which is why I'm on my own label. Even if it's at a little level. And I hope ASCAP can stop bullshit. I'm about to call him next week. But for some reason, I'm not on the app. Like, I am a writer. I'm an ASCAP writer. And I don't know if it's going to put my real name. I hope not. If it do, then fuck it. Yeah, for $50 billion, about 10 went to the artist. And listen, if you want to say, hey, like again, there's but they're not putting money behind these artists no more. The only money they putting behind is just the bullshit money. Hey, we got to pay you for you to do this interview. Hey, we got to pay you for you to do this dumb shit. But I mean, it is effective because that's the only way to get people face in front of people. And then you got to pay these. That's another gimmick, paying the influencers. These influencers be wanting like 10 stacks for you to do the dance in your song. Is that worth it? I don't know. You would like to not do that. You know what I mean? You don't want to be so inorganic. That's a whole thing. She seems active, talking about she keeping it tight, keeping it right. Brittany, I haven't seen her recently. I think she still got that weird conservatorship or whatever. And if I ain't say hey to Forbidden Ruin, I'm high, man. I'm in 2026. I'm in the future. I'm high. I'm sorry, man. 15 minutes left before it's 2026 in Zona and in Utah if Tom Jensen's still here. From tax write-offs, compass slabs for shit. They're not really yeah. That's a thing. And that's even a thing on the YouTuber level. It's comping people shit. And I know it's a big thing in the gear level. I said, hey, cool. One thing, I want to do more with the music channel. Once I got some shit released, I'll feel like more. Because I watch a lot of people who do music channels, and I'm like, man, you don't even have nothing drop. Like, some people do. Some people do drop music. So it's like, okay, cool. But it's like, if you're not dropping music, what the fuck is your opinion worth? Because you're not even I mean, not that you got to be. It's like, well, what do you? If you're not dropping music, gigging, doing something, and all you're doing is just doing this as playing this as toys. I'm not saying you have no opinion, but it's like that's kind of not even the opinion I'm looking for. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. I'm looking for people who are making music. Like I want to hear behind what are like the people who are making the coolest music that I sound that I like the sound of. I want to hear about what they're doing because that's why I shout out to there's a podcast called was it After the Midnight talking about the synthwave group and all the stuff that they use. Like that's cool. Like I want to hear behind the scenes of cool people who make cool music. I think that's why your boy State Azure got such a cool channel. It's just like seeing that shit live, or like the was it Ari at home and seeing them cook shit up live. Could be wrong, but I think that's when she went off the deep end to get her control back. Pay Matt 10 G's. I don't know if he'll play my shit. It's not MAGA rap. It's not MAGA rap. If you get him to do a lamp thing, instant money. Yeah, it was Lifetime. It was a Lifetime show. He might get sued by Lifetime. Because, you know, that image of him, they own. But parody, maybe parody. Maybe you can get around it with that. I mean, fucking Weird Al used to get around a bunch of shit. Yo, is Weird Al a culture vulture? I mean, I liked Weird Al. But his biggest hits was all off of was White Nerdy, Eat It. What was the other shit that he had? I forgot. I like some of it. Oh, Gangsta's Paradise. Amish Paradise, that's what he called it. Those are his biggest hits. And I don't know if Eat It really mattered to Beat It, because Beat It was so big. Pause. But motherfucking that Amish Paradise and that White Nerdy, they played that more than they did Riding Dirty. I don't know what it was about. And I was in rural Michigan. I don't know what Caucasians loved about that song. They just loved the shit out of White Nerdy. Do you remember when White Nerdy was every fucking where? Pepperidge Farm does. Why? I got a few white people in the chat. What made that song so cool? He did make a lot of that shit. That was kind of what he did. Because he got covers of white music, too. Not trying to say the music is racialized. I kind of hate that. Right? What's white, what's black. Right? That could be that could be some bullshit, right? But he had rock covers, whatever. Artists that would typically have catered to white artists or white. But then again, I say that shit. They used to have, when I was born in 87. I don't know when they still had the black music. They used to call, like instead of R&B and hip hop, it was the black music chart and shit like that, or whatever the fuck it was called. They used to still do that shit in the 80s. So as much as I'm not, I didn't do that. They did that shit too. Also, gateway songs. People who never heard those beats certainly did. Found the originals. It's always weird how that happened. There's artists that cross over the other way too. White artists that cross over in the black. Everyone talks about what You Won't Do for Love because the original artist is white. Dare to Be Stupid was big, and that wasn't a parody. Fair enough. Darius Rucker. Shout out to Darius Rucker. They changed to urban music. Whatever.
people of color music, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Just fucking fuck them. I'm trying to make good music, man. That's all I ever want to do. Make good music. It's not gonna be perfect. I don't know how to fucking play instruments. You know what I'm saying? I could barely play guitar, barely play keyboard. If it wasn't for MIDI and being able to sync shit up, and even with guitar, I'm gonna have to edit like a motherfucker. Cause I can't fucking play. And I can't really afford to hire motherfuckers to play, especially not right now. I gotta fucking try to buy this house. Dr. Demento is what made Al known. I've heard of Dr. Demento. Country rap should be put to pasture. Possible crime against humanity. He was like a DJ, Dr. Demento. As far as back, I remember I always wanted to be an urban artist. Like, what the fuck? Country rap is becoming a wave right now. You know, they remade Tipsy into a country song and people loved it, I guess. I don't know if they loved it or they just pushed it on the people. You know, it's getting harder to tell if people really like this shit. I feel like, God, I wish I went to a bar. I wish I went to hip hop. I'm happy to chill with y'all, but I wish my back was better. But had I went out, I'm sure I would have heard quite a few country hip hop songs, and I would not have seen much reaction to those songs. I can safely observe that would have been a reality. Everything's control algorithm. Can't trust any of these numbers. Trust none of what you hear, half of what you see. And everybody we know is using bots and thoughts and all this shit. And then everyone goes on tour and nobody singing the Japanese little girl pop metal bands. What's the one? Was it TJ show? Tom Jensen? Who? Somebody showed me a couple of them. They weren't that bad, but I mean, I'm not. I get where you're like, okay, I don't think it was a Baby Metal. I thought it was something else. They had a different name. I don't know if Baby Metal was it. They may have shown me that because I sound familiar, but I don't know why. Is it why you listen to it? Hey, Rich, appreciate you being back here. But I don't hate it. But you know, like, listen, a lot of the I get it. You know, some cute Japanese girls. There's a huge market. Cute Japanese girls do XYZ. Cute Japanese girls wrestle, and you call it stardom. And cute Japanese girls do rock band. You're like, oh, this is cool. And it's cool and it's cute, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's almost like the K-pop thing, and it's like, okay, thirst is a unsaid or sometimes obvious said gimmick of it. I'm good, man. Got friends that listen to the crap, burnt out in the total country. Yeah, same with K-pop. Only popular because folks want to fuck. Yeah, that's why I was trying to dance around, trying to be a gentleman in 2026. But the gooners, man. The gooners are gooning, right? Goonery is a underlying part of all that shit. And you know, it's cute. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Right? I can see how you can hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't run towards it. If somebody tossed a link, I would put it on. I think I've played it. Right? I won't. I ain't got no problem putting it on, but I'm not like, yeah, I heard every album. It's like I got every poster. Like, nah, bro, I'm good, man. I'm good. Burnt your entire country. I see how that happens, man. Shout out to Baby Metal. Are we in the future? We got 5 minutes left. Yeah, weeb shit, yellow fever, Scott's. Yeah, a lot of that shit is, man. A lot of that shit's weeb. The whole weeb culture, a lot of it's just yellow fever, man.
Miss the days when Gould was a brutish henchman. Them days are long gone. Hey, Rowan, appreciate you being here still. But yeah, that the goonery is a huge thing, man. The weeb shit, the weeb goonery, the hey, we want to fuck these girls. That's why they can't even have boyfriends. Didn't I don't know if that was a fake story or if it was a real story. One of these K-pop artists, somebody saw a picture and the reflection looked like it was a dude, and they dropped her from the label and dropped her from the band or group. I don't know if that's true because she's not allowed to have a boyfriend. I don't know if it's true, but crazy if it is. Well, I mean, a lot of girls can't survive fucking Wicked Witch of the West test, or whichever one that got a little water on them. And don't let them take a shot of holy water. Don't let them take a shot of holy water. As I titled your recent PMV, AI is going to kill us all. Jeez, dark. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see what AI is capable of. For real, for real. I mean, there's certain things it can do. It can write an email if you ask it. I'm sure it can automate certain tasks, certain menial tasks. I don't know. You know, I've seen they have coding models and self-coding. I'm not sure how useful that is technically. The plan was to, hand code a game, but I mean, I'm not gonna give no looks to AI if that can make something. Well, no, I still probably want to hand code some of this. And probably buy art for art. I still want something more human. That's the thing. But I know everybody's not gonna think like I think, especially not corporations where the bottom line is the gospel. Shout out to Dodge Bro. Was it Ford versus Dodge Bros, which makes corporations legally liable to constantly increase profit and legally liable to their shareholders. If they do anything that the shareholders deem unprofitable, they may be subject to lawsuits. It's almost, incentivized evil. Greed is good legally. Greed is necessary legally. Hence, the death of the fall of the West. Asians are worse. Everyone in the West, they take the fuck out of their faces, fake teeth. Live in Asia, those videos are the ugly ones. They ain't that many chicks on another level on average. Man, the videos are not showing them, man. You keep saying it, I'm like, I'm just riding with you, pause. But man, the videos be showing like some busted bitches, man. I just gotta keep it real with you. And if they lying, cool. You know what I mean? I hope they are. I'm going to get meaner this year. You can always feel it. As God intended. Facts. Pirate software has a point where AI for programmers, only so many samples for AI to feed off of. The vastness of AI games is not there yet. I feel like a lot of stuff AI is not there yet. In 10 years it may be. But it's just so far off. You know what I mean? An AI video is so unnerving, man. And a Star Wars girl, I remember her. Watched dozens of Asian makeup videos and so many of them I see. Ooh. Hold on. Sorry about that. Hold on. Oh shoot. Holy shit. Happy New Year, as I was trying to say. Instead, my sinuses exploded. What the hell was that? That sounded like a robot. You watching girls watching makeup tutorials? Crazy. Yeah, I remember her. I don't know if her content's still around, but hold on a second.
Alrighty. Back from outer space. What'd you just say? What are we talking? We talking about what the fuck? Oh, what are we talking about? Okay, jobless. Ascension being nice for once. Anna would put them on during the Jack show. See, I didn't watch the Jack show. The whole Neurotic bunch are tedious. First busty chick realized reading the Star Wars wiki into camera can make her rich. She was just pretty cute, if I remember. Ugh, she's watching sis popping. That's crazy. Yeah, you could just not watch her. She's pretty cute, though. I did not faint. You can ignore extreme and laugh at the chat. Did I sneeze and die? No. I sneezed and I was like, you know what, let me just take a little break. I said I would. I let my dog out. Moved around. Philippines is in the same since politicians sanitize the site. No, I'm not covering baby oil. OF girls get leaked to the tube sites. That is a funnel to new content. See, I'm not that deep in the porn world. Oh, you talking about Hub? The Hub. See, I'm not deep in the porn world like that, man. Pornhub. Chick gave herself a heart attack doing a cinnamon challenge. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. Adjusting his dress. Stop. TikTok full of stupid bitches. No, I sneezed. I blew my nose and I let my dog out and just chill for a little bit and just walked around. So that's what happened. Cancer cast. Cecil was bad with record. Jack is dead. So I never got into it. They did not give me AIDS. Oh man, shout out to not opening TikTok. I put my little stupid YouTube shorts. They do okay on YouTube, but they don't do okay anywhere else. I don't know. Yeah, I never heard of Cancer Cast. That sounds crazy. So I got into some of that stuff. Who let the dogs out was Vic. Yeah, there you go. It was me, Austin. Take a cereal spoonful of cinnamon, eat it. She swallowed it and made her diaphragm hiccup so violently it stopped her heart. That's fucking crazy. Yo. Was back in the day. Wow. People live leaking themselves with cinnamon. Fucking Cancer Cast. That's just crazy. Internet's a crazy fucking place, man. Can you believe this shit? For the Disney Star Wars bullshit. I wish that shit never would have made money. But so many people were just care so much about Star Wars. And I love Star Wars, the original, right? But it was, was it really that deep? No, I can't do it. I can't keep just make. I've never used the hub in a commercial way. Custom theme videos? That's crazy. I can't do it, man. Oh, you know I haven't changed to BRB. Let me get back to the classic me. There you go. But yeah, Happy New Year, Slasher. And Happy New Year, Cotton. I happened to sneeze when it was 2026. I couldn't handle the future. The future was too intense for me, Cotton. I'm sorry. Something about the Arizona future just hit stronger than everyone else's future. But we're in 2026. In most of the country, except California, we still got another 49 minutes in the past for them. And then, fucking
Alaska and Hawaii, you're on your own, man. No gay rugby talk. I'll say this, man. Sports is. I'm gonna have to make a decision on how much I want to follow sports, and it's always a weird thing making content. Like some videos do okay, some don't. I never know when it is. Yeah, I'm still going. What time is it? It's 1, yeah. We're still going. There's nothing. Yeah, it's like they rigged it too much. They're making an unwatchable product, and clearly they're trying to get as many games to matter during the last week of the season. And it's just some of the tactics they use are so obvious, and it's just like, all right, man. Star Wars worked because it had a quasi-foundational belief structure to agnostic nerds. NBA lost you 9 years ago. It's lost me the past couple for sure. Even the last finals, I don't want to watch this shit, man. I just don't want to watch it. I don't care if it's better or worse. I don't want to watch it, man. Hi, QBA Libra. Happy New Year. Appreciate you being here. If you are, let me see. Are you? I think you are. Ooh, cannot see. How do I go to the channel? Cuba Libre. Hey. Okay. Okay, well, I appreciate you being here. Thought you were somebody else. I'm going to subscribe anyway. And thank you for showing up. Let's repackage World War II. Keep the boomer truth alive. I guess that is what all Star Wars is, a repackaged World War II. I think, you know what it is? Star Wars was cool, but it was never that. Somehow it got way too serious. It got way too serious for what it really was. It was cool. It was a cool 3 movies, man, that I really liked and that really held up and stood the test of time. But somewhere along the line, we start putting this shit on a higher pedestal. And this is as someone who really loves those 3 movies. Think they dope as fuck. We start putting this shit on a way higher pedestal than it ever deserved in the first fucking place. That was our fault. As much as we could blame Disney for fucking everything up, they did it because it was an opportunity to make billions upon billions of dollars. And they still made a good amount even off of the fuck up. Because the brand was that damn strong. And we hyped that brand up to that strength where it really shouldn't even have gotten that hype. Like you said, 2 movies. Exactly. A lot of people don't even like the fucking 3rd one. Now, granted, a lot of people will also tell you the 6th one, canonically, the actual 3rd one because of the prequels. Right? A lot of people will tell you that's the best one. I like that one. I'm still the original 3. Star Wars is dead. Females killed it. I don't think it was just females. The incels did too. Tried watching female beach volleyball. Surprisingly watchable for women's sports. Star Trek worked. Commie utopia vision that normies allowed in the door like a Trojan horse. Happy New Year's. You been subscribed? All right, I appreciate it, man. Keep it up. I'm going to try to. We try to go through everybody's New Year's. It's still the past in California. Yeah, what's going on with these Minnesota, Somali, what are they, like daycares? The daycares that don't exist. I love Revenge of the Sith. Don't care what anyone says. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Revenge of the Sith's pretty good. Like I said, I still prefer the OG 3. But Revenge of the Sith is definitely the best of the prequels. Daycare just the tip of the scam verse, so I didn't even look into it. I saw they had the little Somali daycares that were fake, and they were making millions off of. They register around 100 kids that don't exist. Wowzers. Crazy. The American dream, yeah. Build a government, smells like mint, government, for every kid being there a full day. See, it's always a surprise when these scams get unearthed because everybody's cool keeping it going just because the money flowing. Because I'm sure there were people in the government that knew what was going on, but more get flown through their department to get to these people. So they're like, well, they figures get sticky at that point. I was there. Brian Williams spent $1,000. Lucasfilms, LucasArts products. All have Disney thrown in the trash. Minnesota changed their flag to resemble the Somali flag. So they really came over here like pirates and took over Minnesota. That's crazy. Every Somali daycare has been shut down 3 to 6 times. After they get shut down, they change up the name, open back up. Crazy work. I'm in the wrong business. But back to what I was talking about with Star Wars, and I'll say the same about, I'm a big Batman fan. I think we put, and you talking about putting money. I don't know how much money I've given DC over my lifetime. I don't want to think about it. Or just different giving Batman merch and movie tickets and DVDs and Blu-rays and action figures and T-shirts and Legos and all this shit. I don't want to think about it. And shoes and anything. Hats. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to think about it. Did I just hype up a brand? It's just a cool, and I know that's being a nerd, but it's also just falling for consumerism to some extent, right? And yeah, we love these things, and you want them to be good, but then we fall for the okie doke, just falling so hard for this shit in the first place. Did we play ourselves? Yeah, Disney fucked up a lot of stuff. They say they did. DC's fucked up a lot of stuff, and they about to fuck up even more when they become either Netflix or Paramount. Whichever way the antitrust doesn't do a fucking thing. You can argue Warner Brothers is already too big to have already existed, all the damn shit they own, but whatever. Each daycare bills the feds $1.4 million per year. I'm in the wrong business. Tampon Tim did that. That's what's up. Prequels used to look like dog shit, but The Last Jedi put them in perspective. Those films failed because no one in Hollywood wanted to work on them. I see. Sorry, Zeus. I accidentally shut the door on Zeus. George Lucas hired a bunch of young yes men and nobody questioned his bad ideas. Star Wars found a way to combine, Space Knight, superpowers, and future military. Dungeons and Dragons, wizards in space. He rubber stamps each daycare as a legit business himself. So everybody was cool to keep the scam going. Everybody was making money. They cool to keep the scam going as long as everybody making money. What must have happened is somebody high enough figured out, and they was like, oh shit. But it's, I'm in the wrong business. Sit there streaming. Minnesota Somali Daycare. That sounds like a good album title or a band or both. Self-titled album. The Minnesota Somali Daycare. Back when they used to make pump music, that'd be a pump band.
Next scam was food for families. People donate millions. No one gets fed. The rent is sent, or the money is sent to Somalia. Wow. What's Outpost? The Outpost. Outpost is action oriented. Warfare is a harder hitting. So yeah, I don't know either of these. Crazy work. Or am I underrating art? A lot of these things you make argue not art, but I don't know. Buy much cooler stuff with that money than a fake daycare. Fake daycare. But it's making 1.4 million per year, and you got 3 to 6 of them. Just keep opening them up. And there's no real daycare, so it's just all you doing is a bunch of paperwork every 6 months. You just doing a bunch of paperwork every 5 to 6 months, or however long it takes for them to shut down each operation. You make 1.4 million a pop. That seems like easy money. Shout out to the Somalians. Let them do it. Fuck it. We just mad because we didn't do it. People, when they hear shit like this, they get mad. But they get mad like, man, I wish I could do some shit like this. That's jealousy. If you thought it was wrong, you would be thinking, oh, man, this is wrong. You thinking, damn, I wish I could have did this shit. Shout out to Somalia. On some real pirate shit. On some true to life pirate shit. Living the life the pirates rapped about. Food kitchens build a fast for people fast 3 times a day. The average person went to the kitchen was 28. Ilhan Omar will run them herself. Why sending money to Somalia is so important? Who knows? Supporting Somalia, half the economy is based on money and sit back. Crazy. Because that's, who knows? Because everybody was willing to do this shit the whole time. This shit been happening, right? We're just finding out about it allegedly. And this is just, like you said, one thing. But, I mean, listen. Why does everybody in Congress outperform Warren Buffett? You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't legit. Surprised the Clintons, they fuck. Don't you know the motherfucking Clintons kidnap kids? I'm not gonna finish the rest of that Biggie lyric, but they do that too. They found health insurance billing scams, money, and then send them to Somalia. Well, that's all the. See, America is a hoe. I'm gonna put y'all up on some game that I've learned in my 38 years. America is just some hoe, bro. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. The goal off of America is there's legal ways to do it, there's illegal ways to do it. But get the maximum amount of money you can out of it, and maximum amount of value out of it, and get out of the system. Let me see if I can find John Goodman and put us on game for the people. Let me do this for the people, so the people can really understand how to live in America and what the goal of America really is. Let's do this for my New Year's Christmas present to y'all. Some of y'all have seen this, some of y'all may have not, and I forgot the damn movie. I just seen it as a meme. Let me see. The Gambler? All right. Oops.
Sit down.
All right, we may get into some copyright trouble.
I don't remember if you drink. Of course, there's drink and drink. I drink, but I haven't been drunk since Reagan was president. I got a DUI, and in jail, I actually fell down and pissed my pants. You don't need to do that twice. I tell you this so you'll know everybody's been there.
Everybody's been there.
Once. If you're there twice, Having been there once, I can't help you. You know, I listen to the drunks, and it's like you're listening to a fairy story about a fight with a fucking monster, when the actual title of the story is I Can't Handle My Liquor by Mr. Crybaby.
Amen.
I don't know, maybe they got a problem, but fuck them if they do, because I don't. Which leads me to ask, are you pulling this shit just now or forever? I mean, do you have a problem, wah, 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 like some little fucking girl, wah, 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 or some Somali who can't process that there's no food where they live? Or are you just fucked up temporarily because you're temporarily fucking stupid?
Are you long business or short business?
What's the difference?
I need to know if you got the fucking brains to walk when it's time to walk. People don't, you know. Ball players that can't play anymore. Assholes trying to maintain a standard of living not possible anymore. A lot of those around. I've seen you be $500,000 up.
I've been up $2.5 million.
What do you got on you?
Nothing.
What'd you put away?
Nothing.
You get up $2.5 million. Any asshole in the world knows what to do. You get a house with a 25-year roof, an indestructible Jap economy shitbox. You put the rest into the system at 3 to 5% to pay your taxes, and that's your base. Get me? That's your fortress of fucking solitude. That puts you for the rest of your life at a level of fuck you. Somebody wants you to do something? Fuck you. Boss pisses you off? Fuck you. Own your house. Have a couple bucks in the bank. Don't drink. That's all I have to say to anybody at any social level. Did your grandfather take risks?
Yes.
All right, the rest of it, I'm getting into trouble. The first 2 minutes of what you had to hear. He happened to say Somali, which is wild, but get up $2.5 million. But you don't have to give up the whole 2.5. You get 500,000. You may not get the whole fuck you, but you can get some of it. Get a house. Get a house, get a car, put the rest away on the S&P 500. Let it appreciate, because it can compound, even if you don't get to the whole 250. As long as you can maintain long enough for that to compound into something, which is only about 10 years, you're straight. So that's my goal in life, is to just get up. I don't know if the number's 2.5 million. I don't know what the number is. It may be more, maybe less. But get up to the point where all I gotta do is put the shit in the bank, or not in the bank. Put the shit in the S&P. Get a life insurance that's one thing he didn't mention. Get a life insurance. Put shit in the trust. Make sure the family can maintain the trust. If in my will and testament or whatnot, and then just make sure that trust is on the S&P 500. May go up, may go down, but long as that shit compound, we'll be straight, and you'll be good. You say now you need 5. That may be true. That may be true. The numbers, we can argue, but again, you get to a certain point, you can count. If you you ain't got to get all the way there. If you can get to $1 million, just let that bitch compound. It'll turn into 5. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here. Happy New Year. Think it's New Year. I'm pretty sure it's 2026 where you are. You're in the future with the rest of us. Outside of California, it's still stuck in the past. That's the truth. You don't own that house. But again, if your shit's compounding, you should be able to still pay the taxes. That's why you should still be able to pay the taxes, and you can always take lines of credit off your stock. Money is so fake. Yeah, you got to use that to your advantage. It's not real, so you got to use it to your advantage. If the shit's in the S&P, if it's in or a similar fund or a similar set of funds, listen, when the crashes hit, and when the 08s happen, yeah, it'll suck. But if you just maintain through it, you should be cool. But you should also, you should have some sort of diversification. Man, the metals, I got into it, but I didn't get into it hard enough. I really wish I would have. Pause. The precious metals are really starting to pop off something crazy now. And they're doing what everyone said they were going to do in 2020 and 2021, but they're doing it 2, 3, 4 years later. Everyone said eventually gold is going to be 10,000, silver is going to be probably a rack, or at least 500. That's probably going to happen in the next 10 years. I don't know how quick that's going to happen, but now I definitely see that as much more realistic. And what's really killing it is the retail and commercial uses. Is like gold and silver are still used. They're still conductive metals. That especially silver. We need a ton of silver for all this tech. So it's like the price can only help to, and it's only being mined to some extent. The price can only help to go up. Shit, even I bought some silver recently. It's already worth more than what I paid for it. I did invest. I have several investments. Funko Pops, some in the stock market. Got a 401k, and I got a little silver, and I got ISOM #1 just in case things get tough. Shit, the Ram is worth its weight in gold right now. We'll see if the prices ever come back down. So I have several different investments. I'm a man of leisure, don't you know this? You can get to 500K, you're not stupid, yeah. You can get to 500K and you can get a few free years. You're in Georgia, so you're 2 hours ahead. Okay, fair enough. I appreciate you being here. So you've been living in the future for longer than the rest of us. Did he put 50,000 of them? They had a little value at one time. If you would have just cashed, if I'd known that they was in the triple digits, I wish I just cashed in right then and there, like whoop. You know what I mean? But that's how it is. But yeah, you can get to 500K, and you can get a couple years for it to compound. 5 to 7 years for it to compound, be smooth, and already, if you up that 500K, you already own your home situation. Let's say all you are is paying taxes. You got a house paid off. Let's say or you could be smooth, got a house paid off, and a retail property that's paying for itself. Yeah, you sometimes got to put in sweat equity, and sometimes you got to put in a little bread, but all the fundamentals good, and you can always help to pay it off a little quicker so you can get into the profit a little quicker. Some people argue for and against that, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Somebody may have, I don't know. Systems function off two things: people trying to find a way to no longer work, and then having to change the scales to keep everybody working. Well, is that why are we still doing that if AI is going to take everybody's jobs anyway? Invest in siege weaponry. Not a bad investment. Watch a dude go to a Pokemon convention, start buying $400 original packs, opening them on the spot. Wow, that's crazy. I remember the new Warriors. I did want an issue of that. I'm not gonna lie. If they would have came out, I would have bought that. The new Warriors with internet gas and all that crazy shit. That was real. The woke man, the woke menace. Some of that woke shit was actually real. Crazy work. Somebody spent 5 racks on a graded ISOM. That's nuts. Once AI take everyone's jobs, no incentive for the wealthy to keep the poor and normies alive. Dun dun dun. Kibble Smith did what we said, ridiculed him to canceling. He made something new. Did he make something new? Shout out to him then, I guess. Weird motherfucker. I wasn't gonna say that about her since it. But I remember that shit too. She was like mom. She was a single mom. She was swinging off her armpit hair. She had a superpower period. She was like, yeah, it was some weird shit. And the Game of Thrones shit was cause she was I think they considered her a co-writer, but she probably wasn't. She was an investor in it. But I mean, that was a wave. Cause remember, what's his name did it? Keanu Reeves did it and made like $300,000 or whatever he made. He made a bunch of money off of a comic. And they were trying to test it to potentially do a movie with it. And I don't know how far along they got with that process, but you know what I mean? That they did it like real quick. And I think they may have did a couple different campaigns. So it was like, dang, they stepped in and made, you know, damn near made 300,000 to almost $1 million. Like with the quickness. And so that a bunch of people jumped into it. That's how we even got to Ice On, honestly. Was Keanu Reeves. Y'all remember that shit? Pepper's Farm remember that shit. Keanu Reeves was really blew up all this shit. Just like with land, they need people to go out and settle the land. Once you settle the land, create taxes and loans, take it back, send people to the city to work. Man, I'm just trying to, like I said, if I can get something that can pay for itself and pay for taxes passively and be able to live with minimal work output, I will consider myself basically retired. Gilbert Smith made New Warriors. I remember that, but like, what did he make after? Yeah, need a few wars to speed it along. Yeah. Just like when Atlanta need, yeah. No, I'm seeing. And yeah, the book was all free 3D assets. That was crazy. And yeah, the piss. Yeah, Jesus. What a weird thing. Yeah, that was a weird thing. Shout out to Rowan for showing us that weird shit. I'm not going to revisit it. I wish I had the episode number. You know, I never clipped that out, but I'm not about to go look for that shit. That was some wild shit, man. But those are some weird bitches, and they were all in. The one dude's thirsting after them. It's like, man, and then they're all caping for him. Y'all some weird motherfuckers, man. But y'all, you know what? That's where you got to know how far you want to go. Do you really want to be mainstream? And some people do. Some people want to be on, listen, shout out to you if you're on Newsmax and Fox News. Oh, you make $1 trillion off of that shit, man. But them hoes demonic, man. Them hoes is demonic, man. Y'all know these hoes is demonic. So what if that's just the shit that y'all into, and that's how y'all living right now, that's y'all business. But them hoes demonic as hell. They look like some initiation shit, man. That this look like you know, I'm not even a conspiracy. I am a conspiracy theorist, right? But I'm not even as crazy as y'all may think I am. Trust me, this motherfucker's way heavier on this conspiracy shit than I am right now. At this point, I could give a shit less. I find it interesting on the same reason y'all find politics and same reason I find sports interesting. Cause I don't know. I like having shit go on to pass the time. That's why I listen to so much synthwave, and that's why I'm making music. So I don't know. But like these motherfuckers are like talking about raping kids, torturing people in their movies, torturing crackheads, basically killing them, causing them suicide, vomit, all this weird shit that's available to find on the internet. And then you co-sign these demons and you lust after these demons. It's like, I don't know what to tell y'all. And then y'all was the same ones. I know I've said these same words in the exact same sequence, probably multiple times, every time this shit get brought up. But it's true. I didn't have anything against this group. You know what I mean? And in many ways, they helped me get started in this wave. Some people cool with him. That's cool. I don't hate these motherfuckers. I make fun. I don't hate these motherfuckers. But all that shit was wild as fuck, big dogs. Pause. Why was y'all into all this weird shit? They pretend to be Christian, being demonic shit. Never like Eric. Bigot. Fucking racist. Fucking racist. Well, I'm not doubting that either. That you probably are more crazy than me. Spaz. Yeah, as weird as trying to smash these fucking demonic soccer moms. Eric Church. Yeah, you're all fucking bigots. That's why y'all hate Eric July. I'm happy he sold you bigots a bunch of 3D assets and made y'all pay a bunch of money. Now, he may have fucked up the money, but he sold conservatives white guilt. That's why y'all mad. He sold them conservatives white guilt in the form of a comic book. So shout out to Eric July. Pronoun. Oh yeah, that pronoun shit. I don't know what, but he probably fucked it up. I don't know what he did. He tapped in to see I'm not racist market. Yeah. And milked him dry over some comic books. It still got something to milk. And I hope he keep milking them. He milked being that black friend. Finally, somebody got to make some money. He made money off of tokenism. Good for him. Good for him. Shout out to Eric July. Shouting him out. Life is short. We still in a capitalist society, man. Sometimes you just got to be a hill, make your money, and get the fuck out of here. What do I got to replay what John Goodman just said? Now, I don't know if he did that. Maybe he fucked it up. But you get up 2.5, put it in the stock market, get a home, get a car that's going to last, and you smooth. And maybe diversify a little bit more of that just to be on the safer side. And you smooth. That's all you got to do. If Eric July did that, then fuck it. Who gives a fuck? Was the assets, would they at least royalty free? If they was royalty free, then that's cool with me. Now he lied. He just fucking lied, right? But it's like, fuck. Man, is he? I thought he was a libertarian. They were free. And we in a free country. Like I said, America's a hoe. You're supposed to pimp it. You're supposed to pimp it, make your money, and try to make it do as little damage to you. That's the goal. And try to do it with some sort of morality. If you can help it. And just stick to it and do the best you can. Is he socialist left now? Shout out to the socialists. Fuck the, what is it, proletariat? I don't even know shit about socialism. All the shit. I just know I just know they just keep murking people in Canada with socialized medicine. So that don't seem too cool. That's all I know. I know basic shit like that. I know capitalism fucked up as fuck too. I always thought he was a law burp. His comic shit was cool. He had a cool video about the Justice League. He had cool videos about COVID early on. He was ahead of the curve on certain things. Some of the songs was even mid or bad, cool. Or you know, he's line retarded. But y'all just mad because he grifted from white. It's a colored and grifted from the white folk. He good from the conservative white folk. He grifted. He took. Y'all allowed this colored over, and he took money from you, MAGA hat. The autistic incel MAGA hat guys got their money taken from a colored, and that can't happen. So we shitting on his fucking grandfather's grave. That shit just got crazy, man. So I don't know, man. Like that was crazy. I would like to not get that famous. I would like to step for not even hit that level. And I know nobody gave up no booty hole to at least hit that level. If you did, that was a waste of investment. But I don't want to get to, or maybe they did because they into these demon bitches. Who knows what these motherfuckers was doing? They might be, but that's into the shit. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't like con artists who third grade education. I mean, did he go to college for track or some shit? Wasn't he supposedly in IT or some shit like that? I used to watch his stuff. I used to be a fan. I ain't gonna hold you. I used to even watch him when he would just game and shit. And he would just stream, talk about some woke shit, talk about whatever woke topic of the day. I was plugged into this shit. Y'all know what I was doing just like everybody else. I wake up, I would watch probably like midnight. Sometimes I watch Loki if I can catch Loki. And then like midnight, Edge in the morning or some shit like that. And then probably Air July. And then if Nerdrotic had a new one, watch that. Or watch Doomcock if he had a show. Or if they had, hopefully, or, sometimes it was Sunday and then they did the Inquisition. Friday Night Tyson. I watched this shit for like 40 straight weeks, the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Watching the same shit. Air July was part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't gonna act like I wasn't watching a lot of this shit. I was. Just like I was watching a lot of everybody else shit. Now, I didn't really like the debate shit. I just thought a lot of that shit was dumb. But some of the shit, man, was cool. The gaming shit was cool. The comic shit was cool. The COVID shit was cool. Everything else was kind of mid. But, I mean, there was a bunch of, these motherfuckers I was watching, man, just because I got that I'm at work, I need something in the background thing. I become old. You know how they say, I remember reading about older people, they need, like, noise or TV in the background. I'm now at that person at that point, and I've been at that point. So I need YouTube doing something. And so sometimes I get hyper-focused on subjects simply because YouTube has to do something. And most of YouTube is trash. And sometimes if I could just get on a subject for long enough, it's something to watch. And I got caught up. This is how I became part of the radical fandom menace. This is my story. This is my story. We're leaving this shit in 2025. He was track. I thought he was in college. Last guy like that was Bill Cosby. Always been Why all those Disney Plus shows. Oh my God. I tried to watch some of them. I tried to get through WandaVision and Winter Falcon Soldier. I'm cool with that shit, man. 22 1 at J6. Fight the left. I didn't. You know what? I kind of slowed down in 2021. What I just described was my whole 2022. Actually, when J6 happened, that's when I was like, man, that shit look fake. So I was like, man, I think I'm taking this shit too serious. Like, man, it's clear both sides on that bullshit. But I was still in this fucking cult called the Fandom Menace, and I didn't really realize it We was radicals and shit, man. You was there. Cincha and Wait Down were there. Cotton was too. We was radicals and shit, man. Shit, we was watching January 6th and saw that one chick get clapped. Live leak, straight live. We was watching the shit live all together. So, I mean, it was all sorts of crazy shit. And motherfuckers was there. We was, hey, checking in with them. And then the shits popped off. That was crazy work. So, yeah, we was radicals. We on FBI list, motherfucker. What the fuck? We still on the bad list with YouTube. I think we came up a little bit, but they still don't really fuck with us. And that's kind of, I do want to spitefully get this channel to a certain extent. So we'll see. I don't believe the FBI declared they arrested. Oh, the pipe bomber in France. Let me see, man, what videos? Oh, his avatar is a bio symbol. Yeah, we were all in those chats good years. Yeah, I saw it there. And listen, a lot of it was cool. A lot of it was fun. Let's not just act like it was just all some bullshit. A lot of it was fun, man. It was cracking jokes. People was smoking, talking shit, and then we would be in the smaller chats of the smaller streamers. It was cool. That's why we was doing it. It was fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was fun. And then remember, ain't shit even on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like there wasn't nothing to do. There's nothing else to do right now when all this shit was happening. You know what I mean? It was like fucking nothing to do. So we were just doing this shit for the love of the game. Yeah, Duke Street. He was singing this shit. This was like fucking cool. Talking about classic shit. If it would just stayed on that type of shit, people would probably still be there today. People are only there today for the times they can't even get to that shit. But motherfuckers never liked each other. That's what it really be. You can't fake fucking with people, man. And listen, if you don't fuck with people, don't fuck with people. It's cool for people to just come up at the same time in a similar way, but everybody was trying to, build 8 individual companies all together. Like, that's not gonna work. Is y'all gonna put some paperwork together and put try to build a bigger company, pool by resources? Y'all not gonna do that shit, then a lot of this shit needs to stop anyway. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, you know what I mean? But because if you notice, the next generation of streamers and podcasts, there's like a clear delineation on who's the alpha on a podcast, on any given podcast. Now, not saying that wasn't an obvious thing to figure out. But, that was a thing that probably hurt a lot of people's relationships. Just something as simple as this podcast, this person is the alpha. What the fuck? The tasteful thickness. Who the fuck is this? I'm gonna go to their channel. Happy New Year. What is going on here? This idea of a YouTube channel. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, it's from the song Black Man by the Rubber Bandits. It's a great bop. Oh, yeah, the Anthony Joshua thing. What do you guys think about that? Y'all want a no-fly list? I was fighting the system, man. Start having conventions and shit. They wanted to be everything because they also wanted to be on top. They wanted to be on TV shows. Yeah, Anthony Joshua. Yeah, man. I don't know what happened with that So a lot of people have their conspiracy theories that is over obviously the money or something, and there's always, hey, do they have a life insurance policy on them? But it is crazy. Just a couple weeks after that Jake Paul fight, he knocks him out, and Jake Paul never gets knocked out, and people think it's a script. Did he go off script? I mean, that's the most obvious conspiracy thing that's getting passed around in these comments. I don't know, right? 2 dudes in his car did die, and that car looked real jacked up. And he's from Nigeria. I'm pretty sure he's been there many a time. Not saying Jake Paul did it. I'm just saying what was the most obviously put together theory. Hey, it's just a weird timing of everything. Cross-pollination of streamers worked for them at first, but led to his demise because of oversaturation. Absolutely. Plus, other people were doing it on top of him. Pause. Was he born in England? Both his parents are Nigerian, I see. I didn't know if he was born in Nigeria or what. I knew he had some link to Nigeria. Because he said he was visiting his grandfather. So... yeah. But, I'm sure he's been to Nigeria before. It's just weird that this would happen there. But again, I don't know, man. Rest in peace to the people that got killed. Like I said, driving to Michigan is sketchy. Driving someplace is sketchy. Car accidents do happen. You could die driving here, man. That's the truth. Talking about people don't like road signs. People don't always listen to road signs. You gotta sometimes be conscious of that. Was it a blown tire? Who knows? I don't think it's crazy to think it's something conspiratorial. I don't think it's crazy that it could just be a car accident. Rest in peace to the people that passed. I hope he can get right. And hope he's safe. Sometimes you have after effects of these accidents. Knocked out the tire wall. So who knows? So hopefully he can recover and, rest in peace to the families, the people who lost people, and to Joshua and his family. Picture him with cash and guns on the plane is sick. Okay. People got mad talking tax to rich. What's tax to rich? I don't understand. Listen, taxation stuff, man. That money is never going to get to you. That money that get the rich we take from the rich is just going to be given to somebody else. It's just, I'm not like it. I don't really give a fuck about tax to rich. I'm not rich, and the money's not going to benefit me either. So I don't give a fuck either way about this shit. I don't get this shit. How is it supposed to affect me in the positive? Because what? Because you just took some extra money from a millionaire, or really, you probably just gonna end up taking more money from me because I don't know how to jump over whatever loophole I need to jump over to get out of the extra tax. So yeah, Usyk really fucked him up, but that's why he was even doing these type of fights anyway. Well, I mean those are also dope cover stories if you wanted to murk somebody. Yeah, just go from rich people to other rich people. Yeah, it's never gonna pass through my hands either way. Yeah, that's what they think. They think if you force rich people to pay, we're off the hood. No, it's not gonna happen. Rich people are gonna find a loophole, and they're gonna make a loophole. You're better off trying to find a loophole than trying to do that shit. Find a loophole yourself. That's all you can do. All right. Time to bid to do. Yeah. Plus, that's what they do. Oh, and Happy New Year to the West Coast, the best coast. It is now 2026. in California, and it's 2026, all of the continental U.S. Yeah, they're just gonna find loopholes to hide the money, put it in a trust, put the trust in this name, you get big enough, you do the multiple country thing where one country is really selling all the goods to the country in Switzerland, and that's the real one, and there's all sorts of loop or whatever. However, Nike is set up, look that up. I can't explain it. Nike is set up, and you can look it up. This very loophole-ish way to just print trillions. Print trillions. Like they don't pay no taxes. Millionaires like Hassan Piker wants to force billionaires to pay more so Piker can pay less. Yeah. All right, peace out, Fizz. We'll probably go another 20 minutes for giggles and spits, and then we'll probably be out of here. Tax is all a joke. Everyone registered their business and vehicles in specific states. Nothing about it is legit. Absolutely not. Peace out, Wait Down, and Fizz. Anyone you forgetting because you're stoned, no worries. Whistling Diesel was doing it. UK using thousands of millionaires each year. UK is a failed state. Maybe the US is too. We're about to find out. I'm just hoping it can hold on just a little bit longer. Can you give me 10 years? Bessie, can you give me 10 more years? So I can get my 2.5 and get out. Whatever that number is. I don't know what it is. Because, maybe you retire outside the States. We'll see. Whistling Diesel. But yeah, UK fucked themselves over. They deserve it. Yeah, appreciate you being here, Triple T. If I ain't say hey. Nice, You hit me with some wild shit off the rip. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? What? I appreciate you being here. And shit, I'm smoking too. I appreciate everybody being here. This has been a cool New Year's stream. I don't feel so bad with my back. Francis fighting against Graphene OS. Everyone's trying to shut down VPNs. Actually crazy shit. Damn. Yeah, I never heard this song. He's not a Jew. He's a black man. Crazy. So, you know what? That's going to be a weird thing. How are they going to try to police the internet? That's going to be weird. Sheesh. Because, they're trying to do this ID thing. They never ended up doing it, at least that I saw with YouTube. They threatened to, they've done that before. They threatened a lot of stuff when they had the laws for the kids' content and didn't really much come of it. They threatened a lot for, like, oh, you might need ID. Didn't much come of it. It's like, what's really happening? It seems like y'all want to implement a lot of this stuff. I don't know that people are doing it. They're trying to implement Real ID. A lot of people are not doing it here in the States. They're trying to force it like it's a flying thing, but there's still people who don't do it. I don't know, man. Been following the farmer protest shit, hilarious. Dumping cow shit on the EU Parliament, that's crazy. Same with the Yazis did. And I don't know why I'm even doing anything. The Nazis did in World War II. Making they return each other. Blair's the primary push for digital ID for over a decade. I don't see it working. Feds don't need to monitor. Left with all the work for free. They monitor us through all these platforms. Just like, every store you go into, you frequent, that's a major corporation, they have a file on you. Right? They have a file on what you buy. they'll send you email even if you didn't sign up, and they'll send you email based upon what you buy, because they know it's you. You know, they have enough information. It's nothing even illegal by just That's why they allow leaks, right? So everything leaks. They scrape leaks. They scrape together your file. They scrape your name, your email, or information about you. They match it with facial recognition. And so without having to even sign up an email, your store can email you ads easily. That's not even a big deal anymore. And so, we're that tracked. And we've been that tracked. And apparently you can even check out the cameras yourself, according to Ben Jordan. Y'all didn't see that. These flock cameras are very accessible, so is the information on them. So I'm not sure if that's going to be patched. You would hope that someone in the corporal government cybersecurity program could patch that. Because if not, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, everything's doing it for free. Austrian painters. Discount. It's when you buy gas. They're tracking everything. They track they track everything. They know your little routes to you going, like I said, to work, to the store. There's a file on you. There's a file. There's a file. There's multiple files on you. Different companies, the government. Oh, they all got different files on you, man. And that ship is sailed. They got so much information, and maybe that's why they have AI to help them parse through it, right? Because they have so much information on all of us. Terabytes and terabytes of shit. So yeah. So no one can stop you. Am I getting all the chat? I might not be. Google searchers just ruled as not protected by the Fourth Amendment. That's crazy. I didn't see that. Talking about showing feet. Or showing you like feet. Whoa. OS and INT is a joke now with AI doing the work. I see. Crazy work. Crazy. All right, guys. I've gone damn near 4 hours. I think don't show no feet. Ain't nobody showing feet. We've done a lot. We've streamed in 2 years. This stream started in 2025. This stream started in 2025. I've been working hard for a while. Shout out to Jambalamba who sent the super chat. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully this is going to be a good year. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share and subscribe. Please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I'll talk to everybody later. Peace.